All roads lead to DCI.
Okay,
so-
and we are live.
It actually worked.
I mean, we were
think it's
already
fair
live.
because
I'm
I'm
gonna do this
live.
bit every single time. Okay, Fuji Tech works, thank God. And we are live. We were already live, but now we're double live.
Are we gaining viewers with it? Everyone's spamming 14. Are we
I don't
gaining
know. I'm not
viewers?
looking. I hope we are. So today we're gonna be talking about more FNAF minigames because we're addicted to FNAF minigames because they're all
Yay.
super ambiguous and
Let's
confusing.
go.
Except this time we're gonna talk about not Midnight Motorist. We're gonna talk about the other cool FNAF minigames. So we're gonna
Other
talk about the
ones.
FNAF 2 minigames because those were the first ever FNAF minigames, and they might seem like straightforward, but they're really not. I was just thinking about them, and they're really not. The only one that is
No.
clear in what it's trying to tell us is take cake to the children.
Yeah.
And even that one's just lying to us. Save
Yeah.
him. You sure about that, Scott?
Yeah.
You
save it.
misgendered the puppet.
Okay,
So-
so where are we starting from? What's our first one up?
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
see.
know. We should just pick a random one.
Where are we going?
Also, the strategy worked. We got like 20 more viewers.
Great, as long as my
14
stream
We got
doesn't
14.
crash and burn and die due to internet.
The
Okay.
Wizards. I hate when that happens.
I guess take cake then. I guess if it's the
Yeah, let's
simplest
start with
one,
take
we
cake.
could go to
Yeah,
that.
Let's do
easy.
take cake.
Yeah, let's do take cake.
Someone can do the take cake recap. I'm gonna work on the internet a bit.
Can I do it in 8-bit Ryan's voice?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? This is Ryan here. And we can see in the center that this is other Ryan here. As you can see, guys, there's a small box with 6 kids inside, and Freddy animatronic taking cake to the kids. When outside, you can see a mysterious purple figure drive up in a car and stab a child, who then dies and turns into the puppet. Text at the bottom says, "Save him." End scene.
But it's the voice that's going like S-A-V-E that's saying save him. I think the bottom
Fuck you,
says,
Unwithered.
"Take to
Fuck
the
you.
children."
Who
Sorry,
asked
sorry.
you?
Nobody
Nobody fucking asked.
Actually, pushes glasses on. So we obviously have like a different perspective on this post FFBS because we get the security puppet minigame, which like gives us a recap or a redux of this. Do we think the only reason Scott did that was to show that it was Charlie? Like, I know that was probably the
Mhm.
main reason, but do we think there's anything else that could have been the reason
You mean to show
for
it was,
having
like,
an
the
entire
puppet?
minigame?
Or-
Yeah,
Absolutely. I
I
think
have
that's
a
why.
feeling because back here we don't actually know why or how the kid turns from this into the puppet. Like, we don't have a direct line from being killed outside to.
I
being
think it's just
possessed.
to link the two.
Yeah.
It's to
But
create a
did we
clearer through
need
line.
that?
Well, I guess as the series went on, we defined more the rules of how things worked and possession and what can and can't be possessed. So I think maybe him showing like, oh, it was a robot that was present and it got
Well,
close
because that's
to
how you
them,
know it's possessed. Yeah, that's how you know it. Before that, you don't know it. It could just be like sentient AI. But that's how you know it's possessed. Is the
I would say that the puppet having the jump scare after save him, and even like, Scott said that almost everything MatPat said in his FNAF 2 video was true, and like that was his conclusion. Like, I don't know if he felt.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why he felt like he had to clarify.
I think we knew it was definitely the puppet, but I think it was more so he might have been thinking like, well,
that is
how
why repeat
did
it in 6.
Well, one is to go, okay, so it's Charlie, so we know that for sure, and then we can confirm that's Henry speaking because he says my daughter, and then we see the puppet, and so we can kind of link a couple of things that way,
I just wanted,
and also just to make it super clear the order of events.
I just wanted to say something.
What is it, Withered?
Give me a sec.
Go on. don't keep us.
I want to say something. Everyone, shut up. Now let me think.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? We're waiting for Withered Circle.
You withered, guys. I don't think he's coming back.
That was a suspense. That was a
Did
suspense.
Freddy
I'm back.
get him?
No, that was just a suspense. It was a dramatic pause. There are people in chat discussing whether the gender changes the retcon, and to that I say MatPat is silly because it's not the retcon, because Scott made a post about the retcon before FNAF 6. So no,
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, that's not very
Charlie's-
seamless.
yeah, Charlie's gender change is not the retcon. Stop.
So everyone noticed it. So he said that not a lot of people noticed it. Literally everyone would be
Literally,
like, "Oh, hey, that's a
everyone
girl."
noticed it.
Well,
Yeah.
He also
So,
said
okay,
it before FNAF
to-
6. So yeah.
Yeah.
I love
To-
that
to
we can
make-
bring up. I love that we can bring up like
Okay.
3 potential retcons, and we're like, no, that's not the retcon.
Mhm. To go against the grain for a minute, and I don't necessarily think it was the retcon, but it all depends on what Scott defines as a retcon. Because if he had just say by FNAF 4, he had already made up his mind that Charlie was the puppet. Let's just argue that that's what it was.
Sure.
In his mind, that could be a retcon. You know, like he could already be like, well, it was supposed to be a boy, but now it's a girl. But nobody really noticed because no one figured out what the story for 4 was. You know, it depends on, does Scott mean it has to be a piece of information on screen overwritten with another of on screen information? Or is it just something that like has changed behind the scenes? Or, you know, because I know Gibby or T-Dreads, you were talking about the Scott Con and the difference.
That's in the video. Yeah. That's
He did-
Scott Con and the retcon are different things for me.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what
He
Gibby
did
called
say
it?
it
Messes up definitions.
after the Silver Eyes. The one retcon
Mhm.
thing came out after the Silver Eyes, which is when Charlie was decided to be female. So it's possible that like maybe one of the FNAF 4 kids out on the street is Charlie, and we just like don't know that. So that is technically possible, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if I'm still gonna work on it. I'm more sold on working on a FNAF 4 God theory thing.
Yes,
But
yes.
I
What?
have been working for a while
Oh,
on
I
a
get
video about the original intention behind 4, and potentially that the sister was supposed to be that Charlie, and that we were playing as like a proto game Sammy, basically.
God Victim has
Um,
like 10 minutes in my new video. 10 minutes devoted solely to God
Let's
Victim.
go.
Oh, okay, wait. I've been meaning to ask you this ever since the FNAF 4 stream. What the hell is unhappiest day?
Oh, you'll see. You'll
Oh,
see.
come on. I have to wait 6 months for
It would
your,
take too long.
oh.
No. It would take half
It
the
would
stream
take-
to explain.
Okay, good. We'll keep it to FNAF
Which is
2.
always
So,
the best. the best
there's one
FNAF
more
series.
thing in Take Cake, which is, even though this is clearly about, like, Charlie's death, I know we all agree. Does this happen at
Yeah.
Freddy's or Fredbear's?
Freddy's.
Oh, Freddy's.
Probably Freddy's. Probably
Mhm.
Freddy's, yeah.
I used to think Fredbear's
I think
because of...
at this time
the
it's
coloration
definitely
of the bear.
Freddy's. I don't know, maybe at the I don't know if maybe at the time it was something different, but definitely because you've got Freddy serving cake. He's a lone animatronic. There's also the weird line in FNAF 2 where Ralph sort of implies that Freddy's animatronics walking around is a new thing, like because he says they even let them walk around during the day. Isn't that neat? As if like this is a new thing. So unless we were
Yeah.
saying like this is a guy in a suit in
Yeah.
Fredbear's,
Which it could be
and
Henry.
maybe Freddy.
Yeah.
This is
could
the
be
other.
Henry.
This
That
is
would
the
be
other thing about-
tragic.
It would be,
yeah, about all
imagine.
of these games, there's the voice which is saying "save him, save them, help them." Though that voice, do we think that's
Who's
diegetic
talking?
in
Yeah.
some way, or do we think it's just the mini games speaking at us?
I think it's
Um,
diegetic.
Arcade theory.
It's
Exactly.
Henry. It's Henry.
That's what
saying-
Henry
possibly
actually sounds
Henry.
like.
Yes.
Like the FNAF 6 ending just starts and he just goes CONNECT, and it's just the whole speech for like 20 minutes of him just spelling out every word. Like, yes, that's what I sound like.
Because there is an interesting thing to note that the Foxy Go 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 minigame doesn't include that voice.
It doesn't. It's the only one. Yeah.
So it's the only one. So unless that's relevant to why or who is speaking, whether it's the puppet
Because
or
that means
Freddy or
it's
something
Pink
like that.
Guy. It's Pink Guy speaking because Pink Guy's there. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes,
He's in two
Okay.
of them.
I do.
He's
I
in
do
this
have an
one as
idea.
well.
I think it is the puppet speaking in
Mhm.
those minigames, because Foxy Go 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 is the only one without a connection to the puppet. Because you've got Take Cake, which is the puppet's
Wait,
death.
so why would the puppet say save him, referring to himself?
I know, it's having a dramatic flashback sequence.
Because he's talking to whoever's playing the game.
Mm,
When you say
Cough,
save
cough.
me,
Arcade Fury. It's like, save me, I will save them. I will give gifts and give life to them.
How
As far as
more
save
relevant
them, I think I solved it. I think it's just about saving Mangle.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
same
that's
did
true.
it.
Yeah, that's
I saw
canon.
that.
It's already
And I saw Unwitter's reaction to that.
Yeah, the top comment is just you saying "bruh."
I didn't know it was
I
top
voted.
comment.
I voted
I'm happy
also
with that.
true because I genuinely like that idea. I think it's pretty cool.
I like it. I
Um,
just think it's a lot of source code. A lot of source code stuff. Also, it's walking. That's also interesting.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it saved them
How
because
relevant are the
Mangle's
unibrows
non-binary.
that
That's
the
why.
kids
That's
get?
the real reason.
the real reason.
Speaking of, neat
the kids get
segue.
unibrows in Take Cake, so that's definitely relevant.
Oh, fun! I didn't even notice that.
Don't
This
some
is
of
a
the
neat
people
segue.
in FNAF World have unibrows?
Oh, Brow
Only
Boy.
Brow Boy.
Yes.
Brow Boy has a unibrow.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, very
That's one
interesting,
unibrow.
Potter. Yes.
This is also, I think, timeline wise relevant to mention that this is, pink guy, quote unquote, rather than the Save Them purple guy, and he's the same sprite exactly as is in Foxy Go
Let's
Go
go,
Go.
go, go. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to read the awesome Freddy files, and then we'll move on.
Oh, okay, sure. Let
This
me get
post-death
them.
minigame has Freddy taking cake to 6 children, with another child visible outside. Walking into the kids changes their color to green. If you turn them all green at once, you lose control of Freddy. Neglecting the kid changes their color to red. Midway through the game, a car pulls up outside.
There is a
The
car.
aforementioned purple guy exists and kills the crying child. That's
Oh, gosh.
interesting wording. Interesting wording.
Yeah.
Who
that.
turns gray. The letters being called out are SAVEHIM, but you can't. In fact, you move slower and slower until all the children turn red. That's interesting. After the kid outside dies, the 6 inside the building, you can't help them. They all turn red. Lore.
It's also interesting that you
actually,
as the Freddy are moving slower.
I have an
Hear
earn
me out.
actually moment. Listen,
All right, that's all that's
I have-
important from there.
I have the
That's
better
interesting.
book.
Yeah, because go ahead.
I have the better
ahead.
book, the ultimate guide. It's better. Listen,
That's more mid, isn't it?
Yeah. Take Cake to the Children is
Is the
believed to
ultimate
take
guide
place
considered
at
more mid?
Fredbear's Family Diner, since the map
Oh my
consists of
God.
only one room and a
Oh, man.
street, denoting a smaller location.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the
yeah.
playable Freddy
then it
looks
is-
different
okay.
from the Freddy in Save Them. So if it's Fredbear's, why is it Freddy who's playable? That's so stupid. God, why?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think it's Fredbear's because MatPat said that in his FNAF 2
Yeah.
video. He's like, it's
Of course.
smaller, therefore it is Fredbear's.
No,
Also-
that's
Me
Me
Yeah,
when I
logical
released
back
2
then.
books that contradict each other.
And Give Gifts Give Life is also only taking place in one room. The infamous one room Freddy's where all the animatronics are just
Oh boy,
left in the
I love
corner.
the one-room Freddy's. Freddy Fazbear's
Yeah. It's
I like
my
it.
favorite
one room.
The 2-room Freddy's for Foxy Go Go Go. The
Oh,
entire
yeah.
building's 2 rooms, no doors.
No doors, just
They're
a
always trapped
stage,
there.
and he runs out.
You have to like break into the wall to
Sure.
get into the pizzeria. There's like a wrecking ball just outside a building, and they just rebuild the wall each time.
I have an
I'd say
idea
we're gonna.
for.
Oh yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I have an idea. I have 2 ideas for based on save him. Well, the first one is hear me out. So what if Henry? I mean, what if the this is thinking really ahead into the future of FNAF that Scott maybe wasn't there already. But if this was just like a Scott con, maybe the person in the suit would be Henry, and he would be having like an emotional breakdown. He'd be trying, this is not my idea. It doesn't really make sense, but this is not my idea if like you were to interpret everything that happened as it was actually happening. So his suit was coded to give cake to the kid, so he doesn't have to move. The suit moves itself. He's just in it.
He's just chilling.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just like-
He got a soda, Netflix.
Autopilot. No, but then as soon as he sees his daughter outside, like the car pulling up and like about to stab her, he's like trying to fight the suit and like trying to escape. That's why it's slowing down, and like that's why the kids are like all crying. He's like the suit's like all shaking and stuff. The kids would be crying.
Henry's a
I think
specific
the idea
room.
That's a restaurant.
Yes, just like
Springlocks
it's
being
like
programmed
Fredbear
while
bot.
people are in them is
Fredbear bot.
that's the most horrifying idea.
It would
Just,
be a
like,
horrifying
getting
idea.
in,
Oh, I am
just
reading
being,
the chat.
Maneuvered
I am
around,
reading the chat.
marionetted
I read everything you say, except I kind of don't pay attention. Oh, by the way, T-Dreads, we hit 100 viewers, so I win. We dropped down again.
113.
Yo,
I knew it was gonna happen.
Yay.
No, it's because we
You
said
could never
14
get
in the
14.
beginning. It's because we used the 14 hack.
The 14
the 14
blessing.
algorithm hack.
yeah.
We drank the 14 potion.
Yeah, now that there's 86 all you
Elixir.
guys type 14 too.
Elixir. Also, this mini game. This is my last thing I wanted to mention. This mini game has an extreme, like a strange connection to Garrett. So obviously, if you haven't known, in FNAF 1, I love this scene. I love this part when it happened in the theaters. It was like so crazy.
Oh,
for me.
movie.
But the movie, yeah, the first movie, when you hear "Come Find Me," FIND, very much based on FNAF 2. And
Yeah, the
then-
same kind of like talk. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's the music box, which is obviously connected to the puppet. And this is one other thing that's interesting. In this mini game, the person could be a boy, like, and this could be a retcon, and so save him. And this is another thing. There's the purple car, like in the FNAF movie. So this is really interesting, and I think that the FNAF movie could be like the plot of the whole Garrett thing. Scott could have based it on like a little bit of this mini game and like
It's because
took
Garrett's in the
reference
puppet.
from this mini game.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he will
Yeah,
be. I
of
think
course.
Garrett will be the puppet.
I think Garrett will
Yeah,
be the
no, I
puppet.
agree. It's
As much as
And
I
that
don't
would
like
also play off how like originally everyone thought the crying child was the puppet and Garrett Peril was the crying child too.
Garrett,
So it's,
Shatter,
it'd be like a
Garrett.
ha ha ha.
yeah.
I wonder
And
why
then Garrett
people
will
think
come
the
and
crying
say-
child's the puppet. Maybe it's because he has black and white stripes and is always crying. Scott.
Gregory.
Scott.
And he even does the same
he
kneeling
strikes the
pose.
puppet pose.
Garrett will say, "Mike, I'm Gregory," and then he'll transform into Gregory.
God, but
And
like,
then,
how does,
and then Matt Pat will have another cameo where he goes, "I knew it."
yeah, he just appears randomly on
This
stage.
kid
just
was
points
a
towards the screen.
robot. He just
I think they missed a trick in the movie with having Matt Pat be his like security guard friend to tell him about the whole dream, like, or to
Yeah.
have like dream
Tell him
theory.
about
talk
dream
about
theory.
it. Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
just
no,
gives
that
him
would have
the
actually been so. I would have went so hard. Yeah, he gives her the book, guys. That it is. Everybody thinks he's like an insane conspiracy theorist, and he secretly gives Mike the book.
He
I hope he's in the
like,
second movie for just no
he just
reason.
goes to-
just for
he
no
just
reason.
goes
He's
to, like,
back.
They
Chica's
go back to the
Magic Rainbow
diner. It's
Restaurant.
like, this place
Guys.
used to be a place called Fredbear's.
But hey,
Um,
it's just a
So
theory.
anyway,
I
I
used to
feel like
work
we're
at
gonna end
Yo.
up looping back around to all these ones because we're gonna find things in other ones and talk about
Alright.
them. But
Yeah.
Should we
move
go
on
to
another one?
Yeah.
Maybe Foxy Go Go Go. Or
Okay, I want to save them for last. Get it?
Yeah.
Um.
something.
So we can talk about Foxy Go 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 because
I
that
wanna
one's
talk
also
about
pretty
Foxy
simple.
Go Go. I really want to talk about Foxy Go Go. I have a theory on that I made
Okay, now
oversleeping. Okay, so Foxy Go Go Go. It begins with Foxy in Pirates Cove. Yeah, he's in Pirates Cove. There's two rooms. It says get ready and then go go go, which is the Foxy Go Go Go. He goes into the room. There's 5 kids and they're smiling. One of the kids looks like they're not. With it, that's just an error and Scott's part. It's
we talked
nothing.
about this
Trust
last
me.
time. Nah, don't bring it
Um,
up again.
Yeah,
I was humiliated.
Okay, yeah. There's some celebrate pop fireworks or something. Whatever. It happens again. Same thing. You go into the room. The kids are also smiling again. Last thing, you get ready to go, and then there's the pink guy smiling. You go in the room and you see the 6 dead bodies. There's no celebrate. There's no confetti. They're all dead. You failed. You're a failure. Just kidding.
You don't have to,
Damn.
you don't have to cook. You don't have to cook Foxy like that. Like Foxy, you suck. You're a failure.
It's his fault. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's Foxy Go Go Go. And I want you guys to talk about what you guys believe in it. Because I got a crazy stupid theory about it. Like, it's crazy, stupid. Yeah, it's
I
crazy
have
stupid.
a narrative thing that I want to say, which means nothing, but I just thought of this. When you said like just now, like I was joking, like you said, like Foxy, like you're a failure. I found that funny, but then I realized that if So this is Foxy that we're playing as, and Michael is Foxy. And since Michael caused the By the Way free, he might have caused everything to happen. He might have caused the MCI to happen. He's a failure. But yeah.
Wonder
Aping
how-
gaming
how
type
would we-
theory.
Guys, I wonder if Foxy sprinting is because of Foxy Go Go Go. Like he wasn't fast enough, and so that's why he sprints everywhere. Like in the week
Aw.
before,
So he be legging it.
Always,
That's sad.
yeah, he always wants to get faster than the MCI.
I remember
Gotta
that
go
was
fast.
the original take, like way back in the day when it came out, was like that's why Foxy's broken down, because he's like his ghost or his like metaphorical self is traumatized by having found the kids. But I don't
Maybe.
see any scenario where he could have actually done what is in this minigame. I think this minigame I think is genuinely here to show a difference between Save Them and the MCI, because this is
Absolutely.
the only instance where Foxy is active in a location.
Yeah.
And there's a
He
pirate.
still has his and he has the bare endo legs, which is interesting. As in like naked endo legs, not he doesn't have Freddy's endo.
Freddy's.
legs.
The amalgamation.
Yeah. Again, we've got Pink Guy.
Yeah.
Present.
Back.
I still find it so weird that Scott, because he already knew that the killer dressed as one of the animatronics. Like he already had that from the first game. So
Well,
to
there's
make
actually
it
a really
different guy-
easy reason. There's a
Or
really
just a
easy
guy.
reason why it's he makes two different sprites for Pink Guy and the other one.
Go ahead.
Okay,
You know, right? Like you
I know.
so that he's an
Because-
employee.
yeah, because he's
Or
a
there's two
guard in
killers.
one. In one of them, he's a guard.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
in one of
yeah,
them, he's a
yeah.
guard.
No, I
the
just-
other one takes place at a time where he's not a guard.
So
Yeah,
Foxy
yeah,
go,
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 is like
and
the passage
save
of
him.
time. He like
Yeah.
gets darker with time. It's to
Yeah,
indicate
that's-
that one
that's what I
happens
mean,
before
it's
the
like-
other.
His skin got darker as time
Yeah.
went on.
So, like he went
He
to
rotted
Florida
because he was
between
at-
He
85 and
tanned.
87.
Yeah,
he got
he
himself
tanned.
he got himself a tan, then he came back
Tan
to
of
Utah.
87.
Yeah.
The tan
What
of
I more so
86.
meant was that he decided to show it as like a guy rather than showing like just say at the time it was supposed to be Golden Freddy or whatever he dressed himself as. It's interesting that he chose to depict it as like just a guy standing out in the open rather than someone hidden or masquerading as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason he has like that different sprite and Save Them, and that Matt Pet's been trying to say it was like a phone, a hand crank. I think it's just his hand, like really extended open.
It's a weird looking hand, though. I have to
Yeah.
say, it is a weird looking hand. If it's supposed to be
That's
a
just
hand,
'cause,
that's
That's meant to give you
Yeah.
timeline placement. So at this time, he's a guard at the 87 location, and the other ones are before that.
scoliosis.
Do you guys think that FNAF 3 and 2 were kind of planned at the same time? Like, do you think that Scott
Didn't
already
Scott
knew
say
that, oh, he did it with the spring
mean-
Bonnie suit. Oh, he was going to get locked behind a
Yeah.
wall eventually.
I don't think.
I think he knew
Maybe
that
he
he
had a
killed
rough
the
plan.
kids in a suit.
Do you think that he already had the concept of a crank for opening and closing the spring lock suits?
Yeah, because
during
that's
No.
the thing, right? Because you have like
Yeah.
Purple Guy and Save Them, and he has the weird like extended hand thing, and then in FNAF 3, Phone Guy.
I think it's
like,
just a big ass hand.
to remove the spring locks, you need to use a
Yeah.
hand crank. Like, what the fuck, Scott?
Yeah.
Well, see, the other thing is like it doesn't matter if it's a hand crank or not because none of the other animatronics are spring locks. Like that didn't even make
True.
sense when MatPat said it at the time.
Golden Freddy's
Unlock
there.
Freddy. He
You
is,
know,
and
but I
he's
mean,
teleporting.
MatPat's thing was like that's why we get stopped by him because he's disabling everyone with a hand crank.
Oh,
But it's
no.
like we can't you can't even do that to these ones. They don't even work like that. But I guess he could be opening up Golden Freddy, but I don't know. I don't think he was thinking like they'll know in the next one it's a hand crank because it does look a lot like a phone. To be fair,
It does. In MatPat's defense,
Yeah.
gotta play devil's advocate.
Mom has defense, but also Phone Guy's Purple Guy sucks. Just get put out there.
No, at the time of the
I hate-
release of the games, I
I
think
mean,
it
yeah.
was
At
reasonable.
the
But at
time,
the
who else
time,
was he
it
supposed to
wasn't
say it
that-
was?
Mike
But
Shaw.
Well, I
now, when he
think
said it
sucked.
again, I was like, come on, man.
I think at the time he could have thought that, Scott had a
It was its own character.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a story built up, and like we just don't know all the facts yet. I think it was kind of silly at the time.
yeah,
Fair.
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
fair. I got that.
I was there.
I mean, I was a
It's
literal
talking about
child,
the
but I
BuzzFeed
did
universe,
believe
yeah.
it.
Believe
I'm
it.
so old. was in my,
What are
I
the
was in my
Freddy
college
Files
dorm
say?
watching MatPat. Oh my goch.
Damn.
The Freddy Files.
And I was in college watching you, Gibby. There you go. Watching your
Yeah,
8 hour
back in
vid.
2014.
Yeah. Is that is that everything for Foxy Go Go Go? Do we think there's anything else?
So I
particularly
want
relevant?
I
to
think
ask, how
Go ahead.
literally do you guys take the games?
Very literally. I would really
Not very literally at all, in fact.
Okay. I have a big sad.
Okay.
So it's weird because using like the symbolism or whatnot. In the give gifts give life minigame, we shatter our victim across like 4 of these bozos, and then you get a golden Freddy jump scare at the end. In the puppet minigame, you get the fucking puppet jump scare at the end. And then in Foxy Go Go Go, you get Foxy's jump scare. So in the other 2 minigames, it's implying like, hey, the person that possesses this animatronic is here on screen. So I'm wondering if that's saying like, hey, one of these 5 dead kids is in Foxy.
I think
Oh,
that's what
really?
I think that's what it's saying. It's telling us that this is the MCI. It's showing like this is different than what's happening now. Like this is pre this game. So we know
Guys.
that there are
Yeah.
at least 2 different sets of investigations or
And
things going
to
wrong.
further add to the idea, in Save Them, when the purple guy runs into you, you get jump scared by Lefty, which proves the DCI is in there.
Yeah, no, this is true. I saw it happen.
Oh, I
was
forgot about
there.
that actually. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. That's a forgotten
Yeah.
detail.
Pretty
True.
good.
I was gonna just say, because chat is reinventing the wheel because they accidentally invented Andrew Pizza again, except they added the detail that
That
William made him
exists.
into a pineapple pizza. Why?
Yo.
Why? So basically, for those
Yeah,
of you who don't
I'd be
know,
mad too.
Andrew
He's the one
Pizza
no one
is
wants in
peak.
there.
It's the theory that William cooked Andrew into a pizza to hide his body because of the Fazbear Fright story. What was it called? Pizza Kid.
Pizza Kid.
Oh my gosh, Pizza Kid. I hate that story. Gosh.
The thing is, the girl doesn't even get
Oh,
made
that-
into a pizza in Pizza Kid. Like, the main character is just
She's
tripping the
just
whole
like
story.
schizophrenic or something. She just has
Parallel.
schizophrenia.
She's just
Pretty
paranoid,
sure.
yeah.
Or maybe she just has anxiety. She's just paranoid.
Is that like using a parallel within a parallel? It's like, this is a parallel for another character also existing in this same series.
Exactly. Double parallel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Should we move on to Give Gift, Give
wait,
Life?
before you guys skip
Go on,
Foxy
Freddy.
Go Go Go, I wasn't
Go
finished
ahead.
with this, guys.
Go
I
ahead.
have to talk about this game. So I'm gonna take this very literally. Let's just ride with the idea that I'm taking this 1-to-1 as it was happening, except the layout of the buildings. That's physically not possible. So Foxy just walks into the MCI.
Holy viewers.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot
120?
of viewers.
We had
So-
150 already.
174.
174.
Oh,
174 right now.
I keep going.
If
Nine.
you guys just join type 14,
Type 14.
So
you're gonna get banned
So
for
if-
botting or something. You're just gonna look
Nah,
at the
nah.
chat and be like, what?
So you think
Okay,
that
so-
Foxy actually ran into a room with 5 bodies on the floor?
yes, I think
Tweaking.
so.
Mm.
And here, this is why Foxy moves, and this is why it's not should it to be surprising. There's lots of things that Foxy is just weird. Like there's lots of instances. Like, I'm gonna name a couple of them. Like there's a lot of instances where things are really weird with Foxy. First of all, he may have or may not have committed the body of 87. His thing was out a lot. His Pirates Cove is out for a while. So will this be the MCI? This would be the MCI, right?
Yeah.
This would be the DCI?
Yeah.
Is that what changed my opinion? What would it be?
Be the MCI,
No,
definitely.
this is absolutely the MCI.
Okay,
100%.
MCI.
Yeah.
So I don't know that much evidence towards it, and I might just be like reaching like that one scene in Lord of the Rings. But hear me out. Like Foxy for me has always been special, not because I like him more, but because I feel like in a lore he's always different from the other ones. He's always separate. He never does anything. If he runs at you instantly. There's a lot of things with Foxy that I think is quote unquote special. He's the only real animatronic in the FNAF movie. I can go on and on. I feel like, and I just
He
feel
was
like
a puppet, but okay.
different. And then maybe the puppet. So maybe Foxy could be like not possessed, but his AI could be more intelligent than the other ones, maybe that's for some reason connected to how he did the bite of 87 of
I have
Jeremy
evidence.
biting off his frontal lobe. It's not really evidence. I'm not gonna lie. It's
No, I
kinda
have
like
evidence.
Head canon. Oh, you have evidence? Yes,
Yes.
please.
You think
He's
Foxy
a-
did the bite?
Yeah.
After the week before.
Very much.
I feel like that. Yeah.
I am of the
Funny,
opinion
yeah.
that
Funny
it was
week
Foxy.
before books.
Because
Or
it said
Mango.
that, oh, he never bit any kids. That
Mhm.
line.
Yeah, that
And other
cringe
reasons.
line, that cringe out line, it can't admit it.
Cringe
canon, in my
out.
opinion.
Cringe line.
And there's
okay,
also the
my
bit where
evidence
he's
is
talking
that-
about how theories of stopping Foxy started going around after the
Yep.
after the
Light
bite.
flashlight.
Or I don't know
That's
if he
true.
specifically says after the bite, but he does. He
Well-
does say that specifically people started talking about it in the past.
Does anyone know? Does Freddy in UCN have voice lines? Does, right? No, he just
Does
does
who
a
in
Tornado
UCN?
March.
Yeah, I think
Just
he
does the
said. I think he
Tornado
says har 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 har.
Yeah, exactly. He just does a Tornado
Foxy
March.
voice line.
Freddy?
Foxy is the only
I'm
one
pretty
with
sure
a
he
voice
doesn't.
in UCN, like of the classics.
I
So
think
Freddy,
he-
Bonnie, and
he's
Chica don't
only-
have voices.
Yeah.
He's
This
intelligent.
is,
Foxy
Yar,
smart.
you never
Line,
stood
yeah.
a chance.
Foxy smart.
Yeah.
This is it.
Everyone spam Foxy smart.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that could make sense. Like he's just smarter than the other ones. His AI was more powerful, and that's why he's more dangerous. Yar, I came for your booty. That be treasure,
Hey,
you know.
yo.
Hey,
Yeah.
Foxy,
Hey,
Pause.
yeah.
Foxy also arguably speaks in FNAF 1. He has his little song.
Dum
Yeah.
dum dum dum.
Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.
Where he goes, my name is Michael Afton. I'm the Foxy brother.
Yo.
Yeah, I guess it. I mean, I've heard people argue that this is a third incident that we don't know about post MCI.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
The
But,
TCI.
The
This is the this is the
Foxy
this is the kid
children
that
incident.
that Oswald finds in it a bit.
The
No,
NFT.
it is. I think it is interesting that Foxy, of all characters, especially being active at this point, like this is the only time we actually see an active Pirates Cove, and the fact that he runs out and something bad happens after that, there is an interesting link there between him then going out of order and like not liking to come out of the. Isn't that how he works in the FNAF 1? Is that if you look at him on his camera, he won't come out? It's like there's an interesting thing
Yeah.
of him not
It
wanting
delays
to be
him.
observed or not
Technically.
wanting to come out of his curtain. Like that would be cool if the reason Foxy's broken down isn't because he hurt someone or whatever. It's like he literally just doesn't want to come out, so they don't know what's. They're just like he just doesn't work anymore. He just doesn't
I
come out of his
have
cove.
evidence.
I will say, technically, in FNAF 1, you do not need to be watching his camera. You just need to be looking at any of the cameras.
Which is weird.
Um,
I
Like,
think
is
it
it
meant
like-
to be his.
Yeah, it produces like a red light or something, and that's supposed to be what stops him.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Whether
The
do you have-
fucking this shit with like the kids' bodies are in the suits, bro. Foxy has like a ginormous gash. Is the kid the size of a Smurf? Is the kid a Smurf?
Yeah.
The
How do
baby,
we-
Fritz
how
is
Well,
a
the kids,
baby.
the kids' bodies aren't in there still by the time
Anymore,
of FNAF 2.
because
I don't
William
think anyway. I don't think
Vanessa's
the
in the
bodies
movie.
are
They
still
are.
there.
Vanessa's
Some
in the
people
movie.
think they
I
are.
assume So I would assume they're not.
In the movie
William
universe, they're
removed
supposed to
them
be.
in the withered
Does she not
location.
mean that like
the Silver Eyes they
kids
are.
She literally goes, their bodies are in there. Ah!
Ooh, spooky.
I always thought they
I
were
turned them
taken
into
out at some
Smurfs,
point
Mike.
because
Yeah,
Fazbear
Look at the
Entertainment has a lot of
Sigmas.
stuff about cleaning up after incidents.
Yep.
I do
Took
think
the
William
bodies out for
removed
the
them
remnant plex.
in the games. In the games, when they made the withered location, which is this week's
Well, I think
video,
that's what
hopefully.
I think that's what Follow Me was originally supposed to be when FNAF 3 originally came out in
I
2015.
disagree, but okay.
I think that was what Follow Me was. Okay, what the hell was it then? Bozo?
I
Fight
think it was
me.
just. I think it was after FNAF 1, the purple guy returning to Freddy's to disassemble the animatronics, either because he felt like it or to get rid of the evidence of the murders or whatever. That's why it's like after. The
Okay, so would the I'm
location.
pretty sure the bodies would classify as evidence.
I don't know.
I,
I
yeah,
would
I guess
assume-
it's like at that point it'd be like 30 years later. Or
Yeah.
not. No, it wouldn't. It would be
In
like
FNAF
and then
2,
they'd really
William
smell
used
bad.
a suit
The police
and
might
removed
actually
the
catch
corpses.
on at that point.
I will say about Follow Me happening after FNAF 1, the trailer for the game seems to. I think it was it John FNAF or someone brought this up? That
It was
the trailer
FNAF.
for FNAF 3 is like Follow Me depicted in 3D, and it's the classics from FNAF 1 that are in that. trailer.
Exactly, yeah.
But Wither, you had evidence for Foxy Go 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 ages ago. What was it?
Yeah, this is stupid, but in the scrapped Help Wanted Showtime song, when they're introducing themselves to the kids, Freddy's like, "Oh, Foxy's too shy to come out. We'll just sing his part for him." It's stupid. It's not evidence,
yeah.
but I think it's funny.
I need to make like a big theory. I probably make like a random big theory about how Foxy's just special. It'll just be like Foxy's special. That's like the
Foxy is
title.
Special is a crazy
Foxy
title
Special
of
Theory.
each video.
Chad is having a meltdown about whether or not Charlotte is actually named Cassidy in the games.
Oh my
Man,
gosh.
shut the
Bro,
fuck up.
what
It's
the heck?
Charlie.
No,
She's called
come on.
Charlie.
Come on,
Cassidy is
no.
the kid who goes into
I
Golden
feel like
Freddy.
I brought this up like 2 streams ago, and I haven't
I
heard
feel
the
like,
end of
yeah,
it,
this
so
idea feels
just-
familiar. I feel like either you talked about it or like I heard it somewhere because this like Cassidy puppet thing.
It
does
happened
feel
in our
familiar.
stream like 12 times.
Yeah.
Damn.
Didn't you hear about the Charlie bots, guys, from John FNAF? Come on.
The 2-year
John?
Charlie
Return to the
bot
Charlie
arc,
bots.
FNAF.
where he would never stop talking about
Attack
the Charlie bots.
He would never stop
That
talking
shit
about
was,
Charlie
that
bots.
shit was fire.
No, was it? It was always Ash.
How dare
Well,
you?
the plush traps are the
Okay, should we
Charlie
talk
bots.
about
Give
should we talk about
gifts.
give gifts?
Give gifts. Oh, God.
Let's move on to give
Yeah.
gifts.
Now we're gonna be here for another hour.
Okay.
We already made meat out of the other ones.
Unhappiest
need
day
to-
proof. Unhappiest day proof.
No.
You
We
can't
need to
just say
start with
that
the
and then
biggest.
not explain it.
I have to. I'm afraid.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll be here till like 7 p.m.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, I found 2 things that are really weird real quick about Foxy Go Go Go, about his voice lines
Okay.
that connect to Foxy Go Go Go.
Ooh.
Okay, it might connect, it might not. I just want to mention it just in case. I can't. The Foxy says, "I can't run like I used to, but I can pull myself apart just fine." Run like I used to implies that he used to be able to run faster or like run better, and I think that's the only time we see him run is Foxy Go Go Go. Next
And
quote:
FNAF 1.
"They are so much
Well-
more spacious in here. I might stay a while." Imagine the
Ah.
implications of that was the
Well, because they
DC
used to
Ed.
let them walk around during the day, but then there was the night.
yeah. That would make sense.
That's why I can't run. That's
And
why I
it's
can't run no more.
his mechanic is that he pulls himself apart and puts himself into the office through the vent.
Yeah.
Which is a weird mechanic to give him.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
just-
weird. Why
it's
can't
the
it be normal
fast
Foxy?
Let's make him really slow to get in the office.
Okay. We have to start with the most pressing issue for give gifts.
Okay.
Who stuffed the
Other
kids?
stuff.
Oh,
William.
Oh lord.
William. in my
William
opinion.
and like every other
It was
interpretation.
William.
So
I also
William
think
and every other continuity.
No, wait, we all think it's
Yes,
I
William.
think it is.
Okay, chat, I'm ignoring you now.
I'm almost certain it's William, but there is an argument to be made about the other continuity's evidence in that the puppet doesn't seem to be a prevalent character in those iterations, or
True.
doesn't exist at all. So they still I can't remember. Someone went through. It might have been Sire Squawks actually, but the idea is it's like an adaptation of the same story generally. So he needs somebody to stuff the kids, but because the puppet isn't there and he doesn't want to include them, he makes it into the killer, which is what was originally implied anyway. So it still fits, but it's I don't know if it's necessarily like a completely like solid disapproval of it or what's the word, rebuttal against it. But I think still what we know about William now in terms of his behavior, I think I still think he did, because he's experimenting, he's working on these things, whether you think it's before or after, but he's absolutely doing it before or after this anyway. So it's like, he definitely could have been the one to do it. If you believe he was already experimenting beforehand, then I think it has to be that he stuffed them.
All right, here's what I think, right? All right, so William's like, he murders Charlotte because he's asshat, and then the puppet becomes possessed. William's like, what the fuck? All right, hold on. Let me lab real fast. So he murders all the kids. He puts them in the suits. He's like, all right, now come to life. And they don't. And he's like, wow, I'm actually fucking washed. But then later, they're alive. They're alive. Q FNAF 2 dreams. Q FNAF 2 dreams. The puppets like come to life. So then William sees that and he's like, okay, so what the fuck? What did the puppet do that I didn't? All right, time to hit the DCI. All right, puppet, come out of your box. Now show me. How did your ass make these kids possess that shit? Let's see. Let's see. Do it.
So you don't think he stuffed them?
No, I think he stuffed them in FNAF 1, but I don't think they came to life from
Nothing
that.
happened.
I think he thought they would. Yeah, I think he was like,
Yeah.
all right, now come to life. And it just nothing happened. And the puppet
Michael,
gave them life.
Why do you
I'm
think?
washed,
Why do you
Mike.
think it wouldn't work if something like Elizabeth's death would work? Like we if the case is that the puppet, even in Give Gifts, is like animating them or resurrecting them or whatever, we don't have any examples of that and it being necessary in any other case in the series. I mean, case in point, the puppet herself didn't seem to have any sort of active force that gave her life. So it doesn't seem to be like a requirement in this series that you have somebody else has to bring them to life. I feel like they can just do that. If they're stuffed, whether it's intentionally or not by William, they're still likely to come to life.
Well, I think every instance of natural possession is like the thing that kills you or the thing that you die next to is the thing you possess. So like if Gibby thinks that the Fredbear plush is possessed, the Crown Child was holding that. The puppet died in the puppet, or Charlie died in the puppet's arms or whatever.
Yep.
And what else is there?
Elizabeth died in
Baby died in, yeah. So if William didn't kill them, then it might have needed extra help to bind their memories to these suits.
Yeah, and potentially,
If-
Cassidy
yeah.
died in a Springlock suit. That's the big theory. Not confirmed. But that's a big theory.
Yeah. And so it could have been William didn't kill them with the original animatronics, obviously. So he was like, all right, now we'll put these motherfuckers in there and let's see what happens. And that could also be
so
why
you
they're
think it's
dumber.
because he didn't kill them in the suits.
Yeah, that could also be why
I
they're
mean, he didn't
stupider
kill
too,
Charlie
is 'cause-
beside the puppet.
Okay, I have.
I think it's
But
implied that
let
she was
out
like
with it
bleeding
on
out.
top of her.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
have a
we don't know
question
when she
for-
actually died.
yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
I guess in the Silver Eyes he does say, or it's not the Silver Eyes. I think it's the Fourth Closet or one of the later ones. I think he's talking to Jessica, and he's like, come on, you like science, don't you? You figure it out. And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, the soul follows the flesh. And then she says, you killed them in the suits, is what she says. And he goes, clever girl, or whatever. So I guess that is the implication in those series, that's the necessity, is that they die in the suit. So
Did he like put them in the torso, then like with a bow and arrow from a distance?
I
He
don't
was like,
know.
and
Yeah,
bullseye.
You know what's like?
Yeah.
Imagine he like stabs them, he incapacitates them, they're unable to move, and he just forcibly just stuffs them into the suit. That's why the Freddy's
Ugh.
animatronics stuff you. It's
Could
because
be.
they've seen this happen before.
Yeah, could be.
And then the eyeballs and whatever pop out like while he
I
like
think
them into the suit.
that's that.
Ugh.
That's a nice
Oh.
sound effect.
That's definitely the
Yeah.
implication. In FNAF
ASMR.
1.
Yeah, that's definitely why
That's
there,
what I
because
think,
William stuffing children
Ralph
ASMR.
is giving you the like logical explanation, the not correct one, where he's like, oh,
Yeah.
they think you're a naked endoskeleton, but it's like, no, they're doing it because they were stuffed into suits, so
Ooh.
they're enacting revenge, and Fazbear
It's
have
like-
come up with
Yeah.
an explanation for it.
Yeah. Okay, so I was gonna say something. I have a question for people who believe puppets stuff to kids, which is William stupid? Does he just leave 5 kids lying on the floor? Like, why? Well,
He was
like,
labbing, dude. He was
Uh,
labbing.
Save
just like-
them.
Yeah, I'll let the puppet clean up.
He was
after. I mean,
labbing.
she's possessed or whatever. Am I right? Like, yeah. I'll let Charlie do the dirty work.
I think he was trying to see what would happen. I think he was trying to see.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
Do we have anything to say about?
I don't
Gifts?
know, because I guess like
Shatter
we
victim.
do know
without-
in all the into the pit versions, he doesn't seem to hide them. In fact, he does the complete opposite. I know it's like a memory alteration demon thing, whatever, but it's interesting that none of those versions, even the version where the animatronics seem to come to life, show or imply him stuffing them. He leaves them out. I know that's not accurate, and I don't think they're canon, but I think it's just interesting.
We'll see
again,
soon,
for
because
going
we
for
know
that.
there is going to
I-
be a puppet. There is going to be a puppet in the FNAF 2 movie. So we'll see
Yeah.
if
We'll get all our
William's
answers.
still like, and then I stuffed them, and then looks directly at the camera and says, just like in the games. Then we'll know.
It's like Sonic
Suck it to
2, where
goobs.
it's just like the random fourth wall break, and it's just gonna be like, I stuffed him, Michael, just like I did in the hit video game series Five Nights at Freddy's.
I said Freddy's.
And then-
Available
and
on
then-
Steam and console.
And then Henry
Buy
comes out.
now.
He's like, video games. I think I'll go invent arcade
I
theory.
think I have a theory.
An arcade theory.
I will say, because
So-
I didn't bring this up earlier with like Foxy Go Go Go, but in FNAF World we get the line everything out there has an effect in here, which to me I always read that as like Foxy Go 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 was like, oh, Foxy's running down the rooms, and then because William did the murders, now Purple Guy is representative of him in there, and now the kids are dead, and so like I think it's very very not literal that the kids are that there's 5 of them and they're on the floor. And that William's literally there watching Foxy going running. I just think that he is now like his actions have rippled into the game and have changed it, so now the kids are dead.
The minigames are
That's
like
also
a
why, like-
spiritual thing.
Because like in Give Gifts Give Life, you get points when you stuff the kids, and it's like I don't think that's
They're random
don't know.
each time later
That's-
when they like
that's
randomize.
interesting, actually, because I know it's like it's like very very close to arcade theory, but I haven't made that connection between that what's said in FNAF World about out there has an effect in here. I mean, even if the games themselves aren't like made by Henry to like directly commune with the spirit world, they could even just be like their own little pocket universes, which are like memories being looped over and over in like this 8-bit form, in the same way that FNAF World seems to be like this other dimensional spirit realm where all of the characters have lives and like a community and language and they know each other. It's like if Foxy Go 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 is like this like quote unquote ideal version of Freddy's where Foxy's just constantly running out to these kids, but because of what happens out there, it infests
I'll be right back.
this like other universe, this other realm.
Yeah, like for my
Okay.
arcade theory video is kind of split into 2 parts, and the second part is the wild speculation trying to make it into a story. But the first part is really just like if Remnant and Agony and whatever can possess the robots and mix with their artificial intelligence, then could it do that to the arcade machines that are present? Because like we know that Mangle's Quest in FNAF 3 is somehow actually haunted because it leads to the Happiest Day minigames.
It's also a real arcade.
Yeah.
According to VIP.
Yeah, it's a physical thing, and so is Midnight Motorist and Freddy Maze.
and everything else. Yeah.
And the security puppet. Actually,
Security
it's
puppet,
not a
like,
game as
You
well.
can just
Question
walk
mark?
up to it. Got joysticks and stuff. You can. How you play?
Oh
it.
my god, that'd be cool if it like
Yeah.
folded open and it was an arcade machine. Oh, that's a
Oh,
cool idea for an
that's so
animatronic.
cool.
It's an arcade like transformer.
That's cool.
Hmm. Someone in the chat just said, "Why do people say the novel trilogy isn't canon?" When Scott said that the Silver Eyes is canon in a separate continuity. That's because Scott's use of the word canon is not like any other human being on the planet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why people say it's not
What-
canon, because that's what canon actually means.
Deserved.
So
When
every
we're saying it's not. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say every official piece of FNAF media that is like tied to a universe, like non-merch, is canon. So technically speaking, yes, the cookbook is canon, but it's canon in a way. The cookbook is a bad example because that's like out of universe, but it could be in universe if you stretch the rules. But like the Silver Eyes are canon,
Canon,
even
but
like
not
things we
in
know.
continuity.
Yeah, exactly. So there's different continuities in FNAF because Scott doesn't know how definitions work, just like how he messed up with convicted and arrested and whatever.
Yeah, if we were to take another example, you could talk about like the MCU with Marvel. It's like if you go by the way Scott talks about it, then the MCU and the comics and the TV shows and the cartoons are all canon, but they're separate continuities. So, but no, I don't think any fan of Marvel would be like, oh yeah, the MCU is canon. You know, that wouldn't be the way they describe it. They'd say,
Only Scott.
oh, the MCU is its own canon, or it's not canon to the comics, or whatever. So when we're saying not canon, we're using it as shorthand for
Yeah,
being in a separate continuity.
it's canon
Yeah.
means seal of approval by Scott, more or less. But I guess that makes sense. I
Yeah.
guess you could phrase it
Yeah.
like that.
So the Cassidy Kazoo is not canon. So just so we
No.
can make sure we keep that
Yeah.
in mind going forward.
Let's drag this out a little bit because Teedra isn't back yet, and I wouldn't want one of us to not be here for the DCI bit. So,
Yeah.
anything
Um,
else for give gifts?
So
I heard you go first.
I was going to say on the FNAF 4 stream the other day, we were talking about Happiest Day and what the I will put you back together means and what the spooky eyes are and all this kind of stuff. And I believe it was Ozone brought up this idea when we were talking about the idea if Cassidy is Spooky Eyes and is the final speaker, at least in FNAF 4, and if Charlie. If Charlie was responsible for Happiest Day happening, that we have this idea of a shatter victim in the community where, bite victim dies and then suddenly all his soul goes everywhere and it's on everything and it just kind of infects everything. I've always had a problem with that because I'm like, but why though? Why would he, split up like that? Why is his the only one that does that? There seems to be no reason. So we were talking about give gift, give life, and wondering if the idea might be that in this game, what we're seeing is actually like a reverse shatter victim, where Charlie is taking the pieces of the bite victim and ascribing them to the different animatronics. Like, again, metaphorically, she's not doing anything with the animatronics physically, or she's not actually giving them presence. She is giving them the life of the bite victim, split across the four of them.
I have something to add to that, which was someone in chat was actually asking about this, which is, I know what the masks mean in Give Gifts, Give Life, but what do the gifts mean? So the masks are the souls of the MCI kids being bound to the animatronics, and the gifts are the pieces of Crying Child. Crying Child died on his birthday. Birthday gifts, obvious.
I would probably say the masks are more likely to be the souls or the parts of Crying Child, because we also see that they are integral to him being put back together.
The puppet also literally in the real world gives children gifts, like we have drawings of that, and also that's like its role at the counter.
Yeah, I think that would be the hypothetical, like, normal version of the game we're playing. Like, this is a mini game in the same way Foxy Go 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 is a game about running out of the stage and doing that quickly. In terms of if it's a game designed in universe, that's the normal part. Give gifts, give life. The giving gifts part is what the game is supposed to be about, because you're the puppet, you give gifts to kids. The messed up, infected, haunted part of this game is the masks afterwards, and the fact that they're dead kids. I think it's just like we're jumping over the bit of the game that's the normal part. Like, we kind of do it very quickly. Like, Take Cake to the Children is supposed to be a game about taking cake to children, but it's actually haunted and messed up with the puppet being killed outside.
Chad hates that idea, by the way, just saying on Twitter. They're absolutely flaming you.
Which part?
I think all of it, especially the shadow victim bit. I don't know why. I think shadow victim is pretty reasonable. I do agree with what you said on Twitter. Like, they're not flaming you, they just say they disagree.
Alright, I have alcohol, I'm ready for shatter victim.
Oh my god, is he back on the perk?
No, we were just talking about
and he got alcohol.
Alright, so I can be like I can be the question asker here, because everyone
I'm not on the perk anymore.
Everyone who tells me something about shatter victim explains it a different way or isn't entirely sure to what degree it works. I understand that it is like the remnant, the agony, the memories, the question mark of Dave the Crying Child is spread among the animatronics. I'm just not sure what the overall theory of how this happens, why this happens, what this means, how this changes the story actually is to shatter victim believers.
So this is the thing that I always had a problem with as well, was there was no direct line between bite victim dying and then randomly being kind of destroyed and taking over,
except for on Happiest Day, yeah.
Well, no.
Dude, you gotta explain it.
We solved it. So
explain it, hurry up.
New video out next week,
What I'm suggesting with this is that
He's already drunk.
A shattering is more so split into two parts, where one part is the bite victim dies and is broken probably by the trauma of the experience in the and the agony of the situation, and then what happens is the puppet actively is giving those parts of the Crying Child to each of the characters, or linking his memories to the characters and to the other spirits. No, but I just
don't know the truth. No,
they need to know. But that when he gives those pieces to them, that's why Happiest Day, if it occurs, requires the other spirits to be present. Because
Selected,
if
yeah.
because why does Bite Victim need to have them there at his birthday anyway? If the birthday's always happening, like, why couldn't he just be freed on his own? I think it's because the puppet or whoever set up Happiest Day and what we're doing in FNAF World is actively linking memories of the crying child to the other 4 spirits or 5 spirits. I don't know if Cassidy needs to have it done to her.
I know that this is like the direct assumption of the game, and so there's kind of like a basic interpretation, and I'm more than open to more complex theories. But I obviously always saw it as like he had sad birthday with people in the Freddy character's masks, and so now he needs happy memory about birthday with people in the Freddy character's mask, right? Like we see the equivalent of Happiest Day across other media. Like I always go to the example of Millie in the Fazbear Frights, where it's like she didn't get Christmas, so she's sad. So to make her move on, you give her good Christmas.
Yes, but when you're
that's the
assembling
thing.
Happiest Day, you put the memories into boxes, and then in those Happiest Day minigames, you
T-Dreads.
use those memories to assemble the other kids.
Alcohol takes
meaning that-
time to go into effect. How did you get drunk immediately?
No,
Like,
not for
were you
him.
just drinking before?
I have alcohol.
So,
Bro.
jeez.
lost
the
us.
puppet
Had
is
alcohol all
Andrew.
day.
The puppet is
Puppet
Andrew.
Andrew. Yo, the puppet
Um,
Andrew.
Oh my
I
god.
just
So-
found
I
out
just
So
wanted
when-
to say about
when it comes,
Go ahead,
oh yeah,
Unlittered.
go ahead. I was just gonna say, when it comes to Happiest Day as it's depicted outside, again, you could make arguments about, like, the same with the puppet. It might not exist in this situation exactly in the other mediums, but with those Happiest Days, whenever we're shown them, they only require, like, an active spirit to change the memories of another active spirit and make that positive. So I believe Jake does it to Andrew by accident, pretty much. He just, like, creates a positive memory. He does it to a homeless guy. He's able to, like, alter his memory. All of these things are just one spirit acting on another, or, you know, actively changing their own memories even. We never have a situation where one spirit requires other spirits to come together and to be a part of this. There's no real example of that outside of the Bite Victim or Cassidy, if you
But
believe
the Bite
Cassidy
Victim's
receiver. Either
also
way,
particularly weird anyway. The Bite Victim is the most
Yeah.
weird spirit anyway, because he's like...
God Victim.
Because Scott had to have meant something, okay?
God
If it's
Victim
not
is-
Dream
is-
Theory. If it's not Dream Theory, Scott
let's
me
touch
in.
on God Victim, because I unironically
Victim.
believe part of it.
I fully I was I was like so
God
proud
Victim.
when I was thinking about God
New video out
Victim.
next
I was
week.
like,
Explain
Any
God
explanation,
Victim.
I'm not gonna
Go.
lie.
okay.
I mean, it's on Wither's theory, so I'll let him do it.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was thinking about FNAF 4 a lot recently.
Yeah.
And
Wonder
I
why.
was looking at the mini games. I wonder why. And I was like, what is going on with all of these references in FNAF 4 to FNAF 2? Why did Scott decide to have 2 bites? I don't think it was a case that things changed halfway through development and he just put it out anyway. I think, like, he intended this game to be what it was, and he thought people would figure it out, but didn't. And it wasn't because he just, like, messed up so badly that, like, the story just didn't make sense at all because it was supposed to be 87 and then 83. But I was like, so if he put these in intentionally, what was the idea of putting so many direct connections between these and the other games? So we have characters telling him that people get stuffed at night. And the animatronics coming to life. We have the Mangle toy. We have the Toy Chica with outer beak. We have the Shadow animatronics. All of this stuff, which originally led to Dream Theory, which was, you know, understandable because of all these references. So the idea was that if instead of it being Dream Theory, it's like the opposite, where the crying child somehow, through possession or through basically, like, cursing the whole building, becomes
Dreadbear.
to everything. Yeah, Curse of Dreadbear. He basically becomes this influence over the whole universe there going forward.
So that's just Destiny
That's why
Victim.
there's another bite. Is I know there's like certain elements of it we went into a
look,
couple of
I'm
different
gonna be
renamed
honest.
it. God Victim's a better name.
Similar.
Destiny
I'm gonna
Victim
be
is lame.
honest. God Victim and Destiny Victim already existed. Like, I have brought up God Victim before, and I was curious if you just had a different idea.
Yes.
No.
But there was already
And
this
now we
idea
stole
of
it.
crying child influencing events, which I thought was ridiculous, but I like it from a narrative point of view. But no, I do like it to an extent.
Okay, then
I think
why
it's-
is the mango toy broken, and why does Torchica not have her beak? But then we'll get to save them soon, and then I'll dunk on you, and you'll be like, oh my god, well
Kids
you were
love
there
FNAF
for it.
too.
Never mind.
Yeah, I was absolutely there for it.
You were there for the revelation of
You were
no
like,
Torchica
whoa,
beak. And
I
and save
realized
them."
something no one's ever
And
realized.
guess who's there? Golden Freddy.
Yep,
Golden
he's
Freddy.
here, he's there, he's everywhere.
Okay. With a circle. To be fair, nobody has like ever said that Torchica doesn't have her beak and save them specifically. In
Okay, I'm
FNAF
sure
2
someone
game,
said
yeah.
it, but like no one's brought it up anywhere big. Yeah, I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
it's not mainstream.
Not mainstream.
There's no
You know
Matthew
what
Matrick
is
that's
mainstream?
Like,
Matthew Matrick.
You know what is mainstream?
what's 14
mainstream?
theory?
No,
Heck
the
yeah.
DCI, which is why we're gonna talk about Save Them, because we've talked 1 hour about the irrelevant free
Yo!
minigames.
DCI. That's
Oof.
DCI canon. Let's go.
Okay, I know.
DCI time.
Do we believe in the DCI?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Uh-oh.
Unless the second movie says otherwise.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
think so.
The second movie better have some sort of DCI reference.
Because my
or
problem
some,
with it
like-
is like because you have to do arcade theory like shenanigans to explain why Golden Freddy is possessed and the others aren't.
Well, my sort of more recent DCI take is that the bodies in it are the MCI kids' bodies like being removed.
But why the blood?
blood though. The blood.
Yeah,
was-
that makes sense too.
Yeah.
We brought that up on one of our
Yes,
streams.
yes,
don't
I do
remember
like
which
that
one,
theory.
but
Yeah. But what about the blood?
Yeah,
I
the
think
blood.
that
Fresh
everything
blood.
that happens out there has an effect in here, and so it's just representative of the amount of people who's died. That's why there's 6 bloods.
And what do you say about like what save them? Who are they? Who are you saving or supposed to be saving if it's not these bodies?
I think it's more like save the spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Save the mangle.
Yeah, but
Save the mangle, yeah.
Mango.
God
But
only
if-
had so many
if you're trying to
characters.
save the spirits, but the puppets already saved the spirits. She's already given gifts and given life. So why does she need to do it again? Like, that's my question.
Because I think it's a lot looser or a lot more sort of out there of an interpretation. Again, because I believe arcade theory, I think that the save them is talking to the actual diegetic player, which could be Cassidy or could be Charlie. It doesn't really matter. And I think that there's many interpretations of save. For example, the biblical sense, which would be save their souls as opposed to save their lives. And thus, the game
Right.
is telling Cassidy or Charlie or whoever, save these kids who died.
I would believe that only if the other games didn't have their messages directly related to what's happening in those games. This would be the only example where it's like the game itself is about something different, and then the message is about like something in general for the whole group of spirits.
In that interpretation, because if I'm thinking that like save him, the creator of the game, quote unquote, already knows how it's going to end and that you can't, then it's sort of like, oh, like this is what happened to Charlie, save him, like now go and save him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, my main kind of
They're
like,
like,
I get it,
training
but,
them.
my big doubt is the blood and the save them. And although I do get the explanation,
with the blood.
I'm still not sold. I did believe the MCI corpses theory at one point, but I don't know.
I remember seeing the video a while ago.
Oh, and so in that case,
There was a
maybe-
video on it. Wow, we just came up with the same shit as other people.
No, yeah, I made a video on that like a while ago, I believe.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Good.
Damn.
I'm sort of rough on my older era. I feel like I never did enough research. I wrote those scripts in notebooks usually because I like write them because there was a period of time where I was always like going around like by car or doing stuff or whatever. so I always had it like in a notebook, and so that kind of prevented me from doing a lot of research. So like to this day, I still have like 4 notebooks full of scripts from like my original era, and so I think that all those videos
Yeah.
are poorly researched. But I just wanted to ask Gibby, what is your like current view on Casa DCI?
I love it as a theory because I generally like any theory that sort of gives Cassidy more of a role and is like special. And I think it's a valid interpretation of what we're shown. I don't like believe it the way that I like, for example, believe that FNAF 3 takes place in 2015. But I
Okay.
do like it, and I want to investigate it more by like looking at other things I believe and building a timeline off of it and see what the major contradictions are and talking to you guys about it. So like I like it and sort of hope it's true, but don't necessarily believe that it is exactly what Scott actually intended.
Yeah.
What's Cassidy DCI again?
Casa DCI is basically what I was just saying, which is that the bodies you see in Save Them are the MCI victims being removed from the suits, and that Golden Freddy is present on that night. There's like a 1 in 20 chance of seeing him on any given screen, and that the only murder in the DCI was Cassidy. That William returned. That's why he returns. He returns because he wants to experiment. He kidnaps exactly 1 kid who's Cassidy, puts him in the spring lock suit, kills them. That leads to immediate possession, and that this sort of like wakes up the puppet to seeing like, oh god, it's happening again, and then that's why
Interesting.
the puppet's running around, and that's why FNAF 2 happens.
Yeah.
In that scenario, what is the explanation for 5 missing kids being linked to the MCI in FNAF 1 if Cassidy hasn't died until after those papers were presumably published?
So the papers explicitly mentioned that 2 people were lured to the back, and then 5 disappearances have now been linked to this incident.
Yeah.
And so I would say that the 5th of those incidences was actually Charlie, who was killed outside of a Freddy's, not Fredbear's. So the 5
So
MCI kids would be the animatronics and Charlie.
So do you think Charlie was killed in 85?
No, because even if I do think she was killed in 83, and I think that could still in the newspaper be tied to the other disappearances.
I want to look at a
Like if a serial killer goes and kills 20 people over the course of 10 years, you say these are all tied to the serial killer.
Okay,
Yeah,
I have
I've
one
been
objection to that, which is
Yes.
I have the newspaper here, which is 5 children are now linked to the incident at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where a man dressed as a cartoon mascot lured him into a back room. So it's like an incident. It's a
That's
particular
describing
incident.
the incident it's being linked to.
Yeah.
Not
It's-
the incident that
There are grammatically there are 2 completely valid interpretations. One where it says the incident is referring to the 5 of them were lured back, and one reading where you can say the incident is simply referring to the 2 that were lured back. And both of those are valid.
I've been a subscriber to that for at least pre FNAF 4 intentions. I don't know. With FNAF 4, I'm on the fence about if there was supposed to ever be a 5th. If Crying Child was just supposed to be Golden Freddy and the only Golden Freddy, and there wasn't a 5th kid, other than Charlie being the 5th one, which is why she's on the same side of the table with the MCI and is shown with the MCI more often, whereas Golden Freddy is always shown as separate.
Always separate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even in FNAF 2, on the table, you've got the 4 MCI plushes, and then loads of other toys, and then Golden Freddy's on his own on the right.
And in the movie, he's smart for no reason.
And Happiest Day.
He's smart
And
for
then
no reason
obviously
anyway.
in Give Gifts, it's like the puppet arguably isn't the one who gives him possession over the suit, which is why people think that they were killed in the spring lock, etc.
Yeah.
He can
Golden
do it
Freddy
himself, or she.
gains life himself.
And
Doesn't need a
Andrew is
puppet.
a mess, man.
If Cassidy was the puppet's name, we'd only have to find out a way to explain UCN to find a missing Cassidy. That'd be the
Stop
only
enabling
place
them.
we wouldn't be able to explain. What did you say? Hello?
He dreads is dead. He deads.
T-Dreads
What
disappeared.
happened? He just croaked
Someone in the
at
comments is saying that Charlie was killed outside Fredbear's. We talked about that part already, but it's
Am I
almost
dying?
certainly. Yeah, you were
No.
gone.
Yeah, you were gone
Yeah,
for
you
a bit.
died.
Now you're back.
Oh, man.
It was almost certainly Freddy's because you play as Freddy in that minigame.
Yeah, it's the same Freddy from
Yeah.
Save Them. Not Save
Yeah.
Them. It's the same one from
No, Give gifts,
Give Gifts. Yeah,
or it's similar color anyway.
yeah,
Um,
and they look similar enough.
Good.
Yeah.
T dead.
That's what I said.
I
You
got
stole
death
my
coin.
joke.
Oh,
Okay.
someone in the chat said it.
Yeah, I know. I see. I'm reading chat. I'm reading your deranged
Stop
1587
thief.
ramblings.
Stop.
um,
What should we? What else is there about the DCI? What else can we talk about?
Oh, let's do
Well, I
DCI. Did we bring that up?
Golden
I feel like
Freddy.
I-
Golden Freddy.
I feel like I took over the conversation with my thing, so I want to hear what you guys think the DCI is and what had happened and how it ties into
yeah.
all this stuff.
Let's go in
heck
order.
yeah.
Allow
DCI.
me. Allow
You know what?
me.
T Dreads, we'll
Wait,
let you go
T-Dreads.
because you're on alcohol, and I actually kind of want to hear the
No, I'm
Yeah.
completely sober. I promise.
for now.
What are you
He's
drinking?
complete-
All right,
Yeah, actually.
dude. Like
Yeah,
literally,
really
like nothing. It's like 0.1% alcohol, bro.
Oh man, I was hoping for some drunk feelings.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
No, I'm not doing like
Yeah.
scotch or anything. I'm kind of playing it up for a bit. But anyway,
tea drinks.
so he drinks.
He drinks.
Funny.
You just whip out some
That's your like
you
after
just
hours.
whip out some
podcast.
whiskey, start talking in a Scottish
Yeah.
accent, spewing your
Mhm.
FNAF lore facts. Anyway, go ahead.
How are you guys doing? Casa de. All right, here we go. Okay, so William Afton, right? He just killed the original MCI. And he's like, all right, I'll put these over here. Whatever. And or puppet stuff. I don't know. But he's like, wait a second. I actually don't really know how I did that. So I need to go with my notebook and take some notes. But the police know that I did it, so I'm setting an alias. So I'm like, all right, Michael, listen up, brother. Go downstairs. Go downstairs and save your sister. I'm renaming myself to Security Guard Number 1. That's my new legal name.
Oh, that's
And I'm going to the FNAF 2 location where I'm going to be Security Guard Number 1 before Jeremy Fitzgerald. All right, now I'm here. Sick. Okay, time to murder a bunch of kids. So now I don't know how I do this. Maybe I lure them in from outside, or maybe I just kidnap them during the day. Personally, I think that he actually brings them into Freddy's from outside the building for the DCI, if it does happen. And so he gets them there, and he's like, all right, now we will perform the stab of 87. And he stabs all of them. And he's got his little security badge on because he's like, guys, I'm a security guard now. Get it? I'm not the owner anymore. And so then he lays them all out, and he's like, all right, Jackie, I mean the puppet, come out of your box. And
Oh, yeah.
now my main question with this would be why is Freddy walking around? Because that's fucking weird. Because none of the others are walking
Yeah.
around. It's just Gabriel is just
No, it's
Strutting.
it's
Miscalculation.
Freddy,
William
Mangle,
miscalculated.
Golden Freddy, and Puppet.
now. I think that Golden Freddy in Save Them isn't actually there. I think he is a visage. Because
Visage.
I'm pretty sure like William Afton, like in FNAF 3, he gets like spooked whenever he sees like actual ghosts. So if Golden Freddy pulled up on him, I feel like he'd be like, "Oh shit!" So I think Golden Freddy being there is either like metaphorical or it's like, "Hey, I'm Golden Freddy," but I just know what's going on. I'm not
don't
actually
think
showing
he
up in
can-
front of Afton, being like, "What are you doing?"
I don't think he can ever appear in the purple.
You don't think he can see it?
That would be an interesting thing to check in the code.
Say again?
Yeah.
If
Oh,
he
by the
could-
way,
if he could appear in the
this is
same
worth
room as
thinking
Purple
about.
Guy.
Let's
Oh, yeah, I was.
someone else do this. So
Anyway,
I don't
that's
kill
my
bandwidth.
interpretation.
But look at the the Save Them map. Then look at the FNAF 2 like camera map. Find where William is on the map
Yeah,
and
they're
find
similar.
the camera like in game where he would appear normally because I'm curious.
Well,
Can
isn't
someone
he
do that,
always? Isn't he randomized?
No, it's always in the same
No,
room.
he's in
No.
Camp 10, is it?
It's in like to the far right. It's
No,
like,
no. He means like on the Save
Yeah.
Them map.
yeah, on the Save Them
but
map
then
where
you're
he
saying
appears
look at that in
in like the
Camp 7.
cameras
below the stage.
because Save Them
Camp
lines up
7, is
with
it?
FNAF 2.
Cam 7.
Yeah, pretty much Camp 7.
Oh, is it the parts and service room?
No, parts
Oh,
of
where
service
Shadow
is to
Freddy
the
is?
left.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't
but
spawn.
as in at the end of the hall to parts and service.
Oh, it's the main hall. It's the main hall.
Let me have a
Interesting.
look because I'm gonna look at the map now because I have a
See-
printed out.
See, the map does not.
Okay,
line up
I'm
with
looking
with
at the
real
map, but I don't see.
He appears just below the stage.
Well,
it's in a
it's
room right below
close.
the stage. Like that's where he appears.
Okay, the room right below the
It's,
stage.
yeah, which would be,
Okay.
I guess, 11. Cam 11.
Yeah.
Cam 11's the prize corner. No, because we can see the prize corner.
The prize
I don't
corner's off
think
to the
we can
right.
see where. Yeah, we can't actually see. It's in like a space below Cam 9 and above Cam 11, so we can't actually
Weird.
see into it unless Cam 10 is looking that direction, I guess. Which is
It's gotta be one of the
game
rooms.
area where the Ferris wheel
Okay.
is.
So
I would
It's
be
nothing.
interested to see if Golden Freddy can appear in the same room as Pro Guy though.
Yeah,
That's a good.
I'm trying to find that actually.
That'll
I
be
was
cool.
looking at that just before you were. I'm trying to find where.
Which
appear.
cam does the puppet appear on?
doesn't it start at
11.
parts and service and
Okay,
just
that makes
like
sense.
floats down?
Oh, sorry. Do you mean in terms of its?
If you're playing
Well, it's
FNAF
already
2,
out of the
which
box.
cam do you open to wind the music box?
11. Yep.
Okay, and that would line up with where the open box is in
Yes.
Save Them.
Yeah, save them as like a 1-to-1
And then
match.
yeah, I also
almost.
think yeah, I think that the original yeah, I think the original kids are still in the suits. And I think that these are new kids. Especially because there's 6 bloodstains for some reason. I didn't want to get into that. But for
It's
some
under the
godforsaken reason,
table.
there's-
It's Jaloon Joy. It's JJ.
Someone in chat is saying that William
this is
can
Ryan
appear.
here.
Someone in chat is saying that William can appear in any room that you can enter from the right. I'm not sure because I've never seen him in any room other than like the infamous like party table thing,
Yeah.
like below the stage. So
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure if that's true.
Guys, did anybody talk about Lefty DCI? So I want to talk for Nero and Cryo about it.
Yeah, Cry and I talked about it for like 40 minutes.
We're gonna
That's our
do a
child.
Lefty
Okay.
DCI stream again.
Ryan and I made sweet FNAF love and
Wait, hey yo,
That
what was that?
Whoa.
Whoa,
What
what?
did he say?
Did you see? Yourself?
I didn't say that was AI.
What was in that?
that was AI.
I
was
I
AI.
imitated
My
it.
lawyer
Yeah.
says that was AI.
My lawyer says.
Lawyers.
They deep faked
Makes
me
sense.
like Disney.
Yeah, oh, this deal, gosh.
The deep.
Did we
It
shout
was-
out
it was like-
Crashmaster who donated $2?
Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
was
Thank
gonna
Crash. Yeah.
tell everyone like what Crash said after T-Dread finished the rant, but we kind of went off topic. So yeah,
Okay.
T-Drinks is just.
I've
a
never had
lightweight-
alcohol in my life.
Wait,
Wait, really?
This
Oh.
is lies.
I didn't have alcohol someday. I mean, I've had. My dad gave me some like. He gave me a sip of his. What was it? It's a pretty fair brandy. He gave me a swig of his brandy. It was disgusting.
brandy,
I was like, I'm
ooh.
never gonna have this in my
Brandy.
life. Just kidding.
Grande.
Ooh, my dad
Yeah.
loves to. My dad's the type of guy that's like, I'm not gonna make my kids grow up thinking that alcohol is bad. If they don't want to drink, if they become an alcoholic, that's on them. They need to know what alcohol is. So I haven't. I'm like, I don't want this.
alcoholic.
Bad.
184 viewers, peak.
Ooh,
Peak.
184.
Yeah.
we already
Heck
we
yeah.
already went up to 200 at one point, I think, but I wasn't paying attention.
Ooh, nice.
So, yeah, I double won the bet.
Did you made Lefty DCI, right? Yeah.
I made it
Cryo,
with Cry. It was a joint
mostly
effort.
Cryo. Like it was a joint effort,
Oh.
but Cryo was the one who put the majority of the thinking together. Like he found,
The only thing I
Yeah.
noticed was all the shit with the scooper and ruin. That's the only shit I did. Cryo was most of the
yeah, Cryo was like the candy cadet
yeah.
stuff.
Cryo.
So who's gonna?
No, that was
split?
both. That was both of us.
how
Cryo
many
was
split?
Lefty specifically, but we were
Sure,
like,
yeah.
this is probably somewhere in FNAF 2, and then he was like, oh, DCI. Like, yeah, I was like, yeah.
Guys, does it have to be Lefty or Charlie? Can it be both? I know it's weird, but can't it be both?
Like, what do you mean?
I thought it was.
What do you
was
mean?
both.
It
I
is
thought that was
both.
the theory.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought Cryo made a new video how like Charlie isn't in Lefty, and it's
Oh
just
no,
a
he
DCI.
means she.
He thinks it got extracted
her-
because extract is in the
Yeah.
name.
the physical
Oh.
puppet got taken out, but Charlie's soul was left behind.
Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. It was the voice lines.
Wait, I didn't watch the latest one. That's why I only watched the first one. I need to watch it.
Oof, out of the loop, mate.
Man, sorry, I've got
So
to make
wait,
the
am I
weekly
slow, or
videos.
did anybody? Did someone mention it yet? Like, did someone talk about the explanation, like a short version the stream, or do you think everyone here probably knows about it? What do you think?
Candy Cadet story. Everyone here knows about it probably in the chat, I feel like.
Yeah.
But essentially, Candy Cadet
Quickly.
story, one of them is like DCI, and it's about 5 things going into one
Yep.
because Candy Cadet, that's like his thing. And so Lefty
Yeah,
has
go, bro.
fused, and the DCI were fused, and UCN has evidence for Lefty being possessed by something else. That's the gist of it, omitting a lot of important details.
Which Candy Cadet story is Lefty DCI?
It's
The
the one
keys
of the old man.
It'll
nice
be the one
man.
with the 5 keys.
Okay.
Yeah, the old man.
Oh,
Which I think
Oh,
there's
wait.
a better explanation for
Actually,
wait,
that
give
one
me a
that I made
second.
up like a week ago, but
wait, no, isn't it the one with the old man?
unhappiest
Like, the one where he fuses the 5 kids into one. and
Oh
there's
no,
a
yeah,
knock
it
on
is.
the door.
It is the old man one. Sorry, it is the old man one. Yeah.
The keys is
Yeah.
Charlie? I don't know.
Keys
is
is Charlie.
Charlie,
Yeah, Charlie.
Possibly.
Yeah.
And unhappiest day, which is the truth.
Presumably.
Sorry, chat.
Dude, you have to explain to me what unhappiest
I'm
day
gonna keep
is. Like,
pissing chat off.
Yeah,
I've been on the edge of
I
my
need to
seat
know
for the
what that
past
is.
hour and a half. Just tell me what
Oh
unhappiest
my
day is.
god, bro.
That's so depressing. Sounds like
He's
someone's
trying
like
to
midlife
drag out
crisis.
the watch time.
I'm not trying to drag out watch time. I'm genuinely curious. Is it going to take that long to explain? Like 1 minute recap, please.
It'll take pretty long. It'll take pretty long. On with the truth, back me up.
Okay.
This will take a
It's
while.
the opposite. It's the opposite of Occam's razor. No, it's not actually. It's just.
Rockham's,
But I don't know if
Opposite, let's
it's
go.
particularly.
Isn't it basically
relevant.
a failed happiest day?
Yeah,
It's
essentially.
Charlotte's razor.
you know what,
but it's
chat?
it's tied
Charles
into.
Razor.
other
They're
stuff
going to
we're
explain this to
talking
me
about.
after the stream, and you will never know. Never.
So I need to
Well, we're
hear
gonna do
this.
a video
I'm
about it,
still so
so.
confused.
Chat
Oh,
will be
then you
none
will
the
know.
wiser.
Make sure to watch their
Yeah, you
video
will
when
know,
it comes
but-
out.
Make sure to subscribe and subscribe to me because I want subscribers.
That's me,
I
'cause
was
I'm
trying
the
to find
host.
where on the map the bloodstains are in FNAF 2, but it's not really giving up anything.
Okay,
The,
here.
the table one.
There's
is
something that
where
I
the
wanna bring
puppet-
up.
Where the paper pals are.
Something that I want to bring up is that in FNAF 2, in one of the party rooms, there's a wet floor sign next to a table.
Hmm
Blood? Question mark.
That's the. I thought that too, but it's the room below it. It's actually camo 2,
Oh,
not
that
camo
sucks.
4. I thought the exact same thing. I was like, oh my god, and then nope.
Withered and
Scott actually
unwithered
just
have the
forgot,
same thought
which one
process.
to put it on.
Okay, I maxed out
That's
the.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 bloodstains between Kids Cove and Pirates Cove. Kids Cove and Price Corner. There's one just above the office,
Yeah. So
there's
it's
one-
interesting that he
there's
he
one on the
stabs them
stage.
and then moves them.
and there's one under the table. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the 6th one? Apart from the table, because I already counted that one. Is it behind Golden Freddy?
It's 5 rooms, and there's one underneath the puppet box.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You
Which
know what
is
would be a
weird.
good idea? If we checked, you know where the kids' like bodies are.
Mhm.
I see them.
Where they are.
If
where
you
the
check
animatronics
if you
go
checked
there.
on, well, I'm just saying, yeah. What animatronics show up on those cameras? Because if you do that, you could prove
Oh.
that it's just the MCI kids taken out. You could
Okay,
prove it's
so
the
one of
MCI
them.
So let's say only Withered
One of
Chica
them is Kids
appears
Cove.
in the bottom
One
left
of them
one.
is Kids Cove. The Fury's dead,
Oh, Mango's possessed. We knew it.
and the other is
Yeah,
Price
well,
Corner.
Toy-
The Fury's
Go to the
double
one
dead.
with the bloodstain.
Oh, and another one is
that kid's
the
just
show
a dog.
stage. No.
That kid's just a dog. The kid's a
No.
dog.
Everyone
kid's a
knows that the
dog.
Mountain Midnight
No.
Motorist is the dog. The dog is the Mountain Midnight Motorist,
Yo, yeah, it's
Ooh.
confirmed.
and Toy
Yeah,
Chica
that's
is the
really
Midnight
Withered Bonnie
Motorist
and
driver.
Withered Chica. Withered Bonnie and Withered Chica both kind of kneel where the kid died, because the kid died beside the vent. But I don't know what we're going to be saying about that. And then Toy Chica and Withered
Notice,
Chica can also...
notice, Unwithered. Notice that Golden Freddy is here, and Toy Chica doesn't have her beak. He's altering it as we speak. He's altering it right
altering it
now.
as it's right now.
He's God
well,
victim right now.
I had an interpretation of Save Them, which I haven't really thought through much. I haven't done much research for, but I was just thinking about it. So in FNAF 2, obviously we've got this message about the golden suit being, or the yellow suit in the back, and somebody used it. ... Now none of them are acting right. We have these allusions to what we're supposed to initially think
Illusion
is Allusions.
like the
with an A.
discs.
Allusion discs. William's like, I don't know, maybe it's a bear or something. Maybe, who
We
knows?
allude to this disc.
But so if what I was this is kind of going off as well what you were talking about in a video a few days ago, Gibby, about the misleads in the series and how we're supposed to think one thing and then we think another. We're supposed to think FNAF 2 is a sequel, then we're supposed to know it's a prequel, but then we sort of have this initial thought on maybe it's about the MCI because the yellow suit, kids are dying, blah blah blah. But if you look at them more closely, they don't line up, and we have evidence in FNAF 2 to say that there are the MCI is separate at a location where Foxy is active. So my idea was that the DCI is not a DCI at all. It's somebody attempts to activate Golden Freddy, whether it's William or somebody else, and in doing so, Golden Freddy freaks out and kills people. I don't think they're necessarily children. Their sprites are, I know every sprite in each of the mini games is different for the kids, but they seem a little bit more proportioned.
I have a game theory.
Adults. But I was just let me quickly finish. So part of what I was thinking was that Golden Freddy is activated, or it just does it itself. It doesn't necessarily have to be done by somebody, and kills a load of people. They find bodies and they go, "Oh my god, the killer came back and killed all these people. It's happened again." But they're actually misinterpreting what's happened. They think Golden Freddy was moved, but it's actually because it teleports around and can go anywhere and do anything.
I totally agree that I think the suit that moved is Golden Freddy. I know that for a while, and there might even be some people who think that, like, William, I think Raito said this, that, like, William put back on the Spring Bonnie suit, and that's the suit that was moved. But I totally think it was Golden Freddy.
Yeah, it's behind the wall already.
Yeah, these are... If that was the case, do you think that William was literally there? And if so, why didn't Golden Freddy kill William?
So this is part of it that I was thinking about. I was like, is it possible we have like the reason that the two sprites are so different is that we're actually interpreting it through the eyes of the animatronic. They think that it's William, but it's another night guard. We're showing, look, they interpret night guards to be William. That's why they attack them. That's like we're kind of getting that.
I think that's a little out there.
I mean, it's pretty out there because then from I would be totally fine with that if from then on Scott didn't use a more purple sprite to represent him rather than a pinker shade.
Purple guy.
But
guy.
I don't
Except when
necessarily
he's
believe
yellow.
that, but I was except when he's yellow.
Yellow guy.
But if it's not that and that William is there, we could make an argument that he had something to do with it. Maybe he was the one that provoked Golden Freddy. Maybe he has a way around it because he seems to have a way of avoiding these problems, whether it's similar to the Silver Eyes or if it's a different situation. We don't know. But he either avoids it or he's not literally there during Save Them. That's more representative. But
I would
it
say
was just something I was toying with.
That's totally fair because That's totally fair because even in the more popular interpretations of the DCI and of Save Them, like the puppet is active, and in the main game the puppet can fly anywhere, and in the main game it comes and kills you instantly. But the puppet's floating around, and William is right there. Why doesn't the puppet kill William? Who knows? We just kind of have to hand wave that. And so I do think it's totally fair to hand wave, Golden Freddy doing it too. That's,
and also,
that's a good one.
We're playing as Freddy, so he is able to overpower us. I'd have more of a problem if he overpowered. I mean, if you believe he used the suit to kill the kids or whoever, then we have to get over the fact that he was inside of. Wait, pause. He was inside of Golden Freddy.
Hey, he entered
and somehow
inside.
didn't get spring lock. Like,
Ew.
I would imagine that if he was wearing
My mic was
Cassidy,
muted.
that she would have just like spring locked him.
I don't think that. So when the suit was moved in FNAF 2 and someone used it, whatever, I think that was the spring. Obviously, because I believe Cassidy DCI, I think that was a spring locking of Cassidy as opposed to William wearing it. But yeah, if William did wear Golden Freddy, and we think that
that could be how it got on him, though. That could be how Cassidy got onto him.
Yeah, Dave or someone's already in the suit. That is interesting that they wouldn't just kill him.
Just kill him.
When you say that Dave
Cassidy doesn't
want
want to kill him. Cassidy doesn't want to kill him.
This Andrew is the
No, but she wants him. Well, then
she kills
I
the
think
guard.
she wants
She kills
him.
Mike.
I mean,
I think
Yeah, but then
she
she
gets him
literally
spring locked.
purposely live. Yeah, but she purposely makes him be alive. Like,
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
he was inside her, that would be if he was inside of Golden Freddy. That would be
Yikes.
way.
Yikes.
Sorry, I know that would be way easier for her to do what she does to him anyway in FNAF 3. It's just like, oh, he's right here. Snap. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep you alive now. You know, like she could do that. You know, presumably anyway.
That's true.
Scott
Cawthon is the greatest writer on earth, so I'm sure he thought of that.
Yeah.
Of course, he
Yeah,
always
I
uses
think
everything.
it's
Like our.
You could also argue that he wore Golden Freddy for the DCI because at the time, he didn't have the idea for Spring Bonnie.
Yeah.
Speaking
yes,
of,
but I think we'd have to explain if he was thinking that he wore him. Then it's like, okay, so
Yeah.
why didn't Golden Freddy kill him? If he's like a big ghost bear head, why wouldn't it just be able to kill William when he's literally right there?
Yeah, because Golden
You
Freddy
could-
kills
you
you in FNAF 2. He flies down the hallway.
So it's capable of, yeah.
You could use the
Mhm.
interpretation from like the novels and the movies where Afton has some influence over the spirits.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the only problem with that is he doesn't have influence over Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy's always more like he's in the know. Golden Freddy in the movie especially is like, hey,
In the movie, yeah. I'm not sure.
which okay, hold on, let me say in the movie they make the whole deal. And once again, I want to preface this by saying that Scott Cawthon's the greatest writer to ever be born onto this earth.
of course.
In the movie, they have that whole thing where like the drawings, the children and the drawing. That's how they know that like Spring Bonnie is like their friend or whatever.
Just like Silver.
The Golden Freddy kid is in that drawing, but he still knows the dude's evil. Even the Golden Freddy kid's in the drawing, but he still is like, oh yeah, that drawing shit don't work on me. I know that dude's evil. Yeah. So is that a Scott Cawthon plot hole, or does that mean like I'm immune to drawings?
I mean, for me, I feel like that there might be an explanation as to why he's more aware than the others in the movies. We just haven't got to that point yet.
You know, I've been spiraling about Kelsey in the new kid and why a blonde kid is the visage of Cassidy, presumably at the end. So I was like, oh my god, the Golden Freddy kid in
it's
the
so
movie
bizarre
is
to me.
actually Cassidy, but projects the Golden Freddy kid from the movie, and we're gonna get a reveal that
What
it's
the
actually that's why he's got the face pasted over. Is because he's not the blonde boy, he's Cassidy or Garrett or whatever.
It's just like it's
Yeah,
gonna
Garrett's
be
Someone said
taking on-
You have, like,
the
the
drawing of
blonde
him,
Golden
the
Freddy
drawing was
kid.
too shitty for it to work.
You have like the blonde Golden Freddy kid, and he's walking up to Mike Schmidt, and he's like, as the man said, "What doesn't kill you just makes me stronger." And then the curly brown-haired
Well-
kid just rips blonde kid apart, and yep, it's Garrett.
Oh my god!
And they start dancing.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
I'm trying to figure out why in that story Scott would even choose to have Golden Freddy have a different avatar, regardless, unless the Golden Freddy kid in the Fright series is supposed to be a blonde boy and it's just using the name Kelsey as a cover.
Yeah.
This is the
And
second
Kelsey.
time where people break in. There's like a break into the pizzeria, and Golden Freddy is there already, like possessed. Because that happens to the
Oh,
new kid,
yes,
and it happens
DCI
right
break-in
here, where
theory.
William's like after hours,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Golden Freddy's alive.
Well, that's
So-
for teen theory, which is that the DCI kids are teenagers broken at night.
I nearly
The,
had a
the
freak
kids
out.
from the
like-
mimic epilogue.
The
I was
5-teen
like,
theory,
what if they're
5-teen
the
theory.
bullies from FNAF 4, but there's 5 of them. There's 5 of them, so it doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
I claim
One of them is a
ownership
Foxy
of the 5-teen break-in theory because
5 yeah.
I don't know if-
5-teen.
I don't know if I was the one who came up with it or if it was already like said somewhere before, but I do
Holy
genuinely
pig.
believe it's teens that broke in, as the week before states.
Yeah. Also, I think why am I glitching out? I think you should bring up Crashmaster's what he sent and the
Oh, the super chat. Yeah, I was
donation.
going to yet again. Crash, thanks for sending me money yet again. I appreciate it. I don't
Random
know how you can
tangent.
afford this. You've
Whole
I can-
dollars, of which you will get 3.
2, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
You basically Crash said to anyone who believes William used Golden Freddy for the DCI. No, just no. It's an old suit that stinks and is bloody. Just why? Occam's razor.
It's not Occam's Razor, though. I would disagree with that heavily. Because, first of all, Occam's Razor in FNAF 2 told us it was definitely Golden Freddy because there was no other
Yeah.
one. But even if
Yeah.
you argue that was planned in advance, FNAF 3 specifically, well, I guess people argue about this as well, but FNAF 3 has training tapes taking place right before the MCI, and then in tapes of the same style, using language that refers to recent events and recent tapes, says that they seal Spring Bonnie into a back room, and then it's still there in the FNAF 1 location years later. So presumably, in
would have had
FNAF
to use
2,
Golden Freddy.
Spring Bonnie is not present because we also don't even see it. There's no safe room in FNAF 2.
The only
As far as
suit
we're aware.
I think-
available would be the other golden suit that's at FNAF 2, which would be golden.
But I don't think he wore it. I still don't think he wore it. But I don't think it's
that's-
Occam's razor to say that
because
he.
It's got a corpse in it.
I also gotta say-
What's Phone Guy referring to then? What's Phone Guy referring to when he says we had a spare suit in the
I think
back,
Golden
a yellow
Freddy
one?
freaked out, and they think that they think it was
Is it teleported?
someone being worn. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
We talked
Uh,
about
I got a
this.
note
think-
on the topic of Occam's razor.
Yeah,
like,
that
it
would
just-
not be Occam's razor. Occam's
it
razor would be
doesn't
the Phone Guy
apply-
was speaking
I
facts,
would not
but
say
yeah.
Occam's razor applies to like literally anything in FNAF. It's like, oh, the conclusion with the least assumptions is mostly right. That's true in reality with science, but we're talking about
Yeah,
a
but
narrative
I
that's
know
written
it's
by
not.
someone who likes
Yeah,
lying to
yeah.
us. So I would just not think that that's
For
even
example,
something
you
to
would
look at.
assume that the yellow guy is not yellow, but he is actually purple.
Green
You
Afton,
would assume
green
that
Afton.
the Occam's razor would be the yellow guy is yellow, but he's actually purple guy.
Mm.
That's right,
Um,
Gibson. That's right.
Scott likes to do his little plot twist where it's like, oh, it's this, but then actually it's like, no, actually, it's this.
Yeah, and
that's
all
the
his
whole
plot
game
twists
of
are
FNAF.
ass.
And the crowd goes
entire
Plot twists
wild.
suck. Burn Trap is actually the mimic. Actually, that one was okay
Yeah,
because I
this-
was tired of Afton. So
This withered Spring Bonnie that looks
Truth.
exactly like very similar to Springtrap isn't actually Afton.
Yeah, it's different. different robot with different corpse inside.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think that whatever happened in FNAF 2 and in Save Them, whether it was deaths or whether it was, bodies or being taken out or whatever it was, I think that the phone call specifically is meant to mislead us. It's meant to make us think that it's the MCI, that someone got a suit and killed people. But then we're supposed to go, wait, no, this can't be the MCI because it's in, we're in November or whatever. So in that situation, then we have to go, oh, okay, so what is he talking about? But we just then kind of assume because of this minigame that, oh, he's just using it. He just used a different suit. But he's also not wearing a suit and Save Them. He's wearing his security uniform, and Golden Freddy's active. So if this minigame is
He
as
just takes it
literal
off
as
for some
people...
reason.
Yeah, he takes it off and then it starts twitching around and he's like, whoa,
Yeah.
back off there, buddy. Don't.
Yeah, withered-
Also, the
withered
minigame
circle.
ends if you touch Golden Freddy, right?
Oh.
I think it does, yeah. What T-Dreads?
Oh, does
I
it?
think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It
I think it does.
I was gonna say.
It's the-
Speaking of this, I had like an announcement I wanted to make real fast.
Oh.
Mhm.
That might
Special
help with
announcement.
stuff. So and I'll need all your help with it as well. I'm planning a really, really big video
Oh, yeah.
where I go over the many writing motifs of Scott Cawthon, where I combine every single narrative idea that Scott has used more than once. Like, for example, more than one spirit speaking through something, or like I said, break-ins, or there's other stuff that Scott tends to do, like a older brother, younger
Bullying,
brother
yeah.
story. Bullying, yeah. So all these things that, and I want to
Children dying.
compile every use of these particular tropes. So if anybody has any like Scott Cawthon tropes that appear more than once, please tweet me at Twitter. I'll put the @ in the chat. If you have any of those like Scott Cawthon, because I think if we can combine all the times that Scott uses these particular things, we might be able to draw a through line between some of them and be like, okay, so this is what he's trying to tell us whenever this element comes up.
There's a lot of
Excellent.
animatronics going inside people and wearing them.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
You got entered inside him, dog.
Body swapping, consciousness transference, he uses a lot. He uses that a lot.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think that we should do that because I think there's a lot. He really does reuse stuff very often. So
Yeah.
So,
also
announcement over.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
no, on Woodward, you go first.
Thank you. I was gonna say if Golden Freddy, actually this is kind of regardless of if it was Golden Freddy that did this or not. I think this is also where Golden Freddy's physical form is destroyed. I think the suit is a physical thing in FNAF 2. That it's like there is a physical suit that is actually in the building that people can see and touch. And I think after this, it's destroyed. And that's why Cassidy's spirit changes forms from this point on. We see it as, FNAF 1 Classic Freddy. We have Yendo. I don't think they repaired the suit that was used in the last location to kill people or whatever they assume happened. I think they probably destroyed it, and that meant Cassidy's spirit was more free to do whatever it does.
Okay, so I was just gonna say, we're gonna keep the stream a bit shorter than the stream. Let's suggest we just do what we did that one time, where we just take turns going over our quick, overall thoughts of Save Them. Let's do Save Them, because the other ones are fairly obvious. So, we can start with Gibby.
Did my final thoughts on Save Them?
Yep.
Arcade theory.
I think that the suit that was mentioned to be moved is Golden Freddy and not Spring Bonnie, although I do think that Scott had Spring Bonnie / Springtrap planned. I think that he had FNAF 3 planned during FNAF 2's development. Because I believe in arcade theory, I think that there is a character who is playing the game. Not gonna, say whether or not, oh, that's definitely Charlie, that's definitely Cassidy, that's definitely Mike or Henry, etc. But I think that same thing with Happiest Day, where everyone's always like, oh, if the receiver is Dave, then where is Cassidy? I'm like, well, Cassidy's the one playing the game. So I think that the message that's being spelled out isn't being spelled out to Withered Freddy, it's being spelled out to whoever's playing the game and moving around as Withered Freddy. I think this is the day that Cassidy died. I think the bodies on the floor were either the MCI victims removed from their suits or they're symbolic of that. And I think that William Afton is just kind of a bad dude, and he's killing people, and I do think he's holding a hand crank for Golden Freddy, because he just killed Cassidy with it. The end.
Yep.
Okay. Glitch, you can go.
Alright, well, I think that this is meant to be a separate set of kids, the DCI, and William used Golden Freddy to lure them in, and then they ended up haunting the toy animatronics.
Okay.
Not much else other than
Yeah,
that.
that's the basic interpretation that I agree with partially.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay. What I believe is basically just T-Dread's Cryo's theory. It should left to DCI. I don't know if that has that much to do with the minigame. So what do I think of the minigame?
Peak.
I think just the generic thing. It's just William kills 5 kids. And that's it.
Wow.
That's kind of it. The puppets.
Yeah, but Golden Freddy and Mangle.
Actually, Golden Freddy, Mangle. I don't know about Mangle. Golden Freddy, I also don't know about them. I think Golden Freddy's just kind of special. Just like more. Just special. Just I don't know.
Foxy special,
don't know
Golden Freddy
what to
special,
think.
everyone's special.
I really like T-Dread's idea. Let's just see the MCI day at work. The stuffing day at work. Let's just see what whatever the heck the puppet does. Let's just see what Charlie does, or the puppet, or whatever. And then that's what William does. Is trying to see. I think that's kind of it. I don't really have any other idea.
T-Dreads.
I think he's experimenting for something. My only problem with the he's experimenting to see how possession works is because I believe that the sister location animatronics would already exist in 1987. In which case he should know how possession works because he has a literal factory designed to track that. So the other thing I would suggest is that the DCI, the purpose of murdering these new kids is not to see how possession works, but to test how agony works and how the animatronics that are already possessed will get more angry and hostile when they see other children dead. Especially because I wanted to note in FNAF 2, the mode where all the animatronics are their most aggressive is called Golden Freddy mode, which I find interesting. That if like Golden Freddy is mad or Golden
Which
Freddy
is a
particularly
motif
is
in
upset,
custom nights.
yeah.
Always having
If Golden Freddy
Freddy.
particularly is upset, yeah, all of the animatronics are a lot more aggressive. So I think he could be experimenting with agony or like what makes these spirits be more energetic. But I do think he's experimenting for something.
I
Okay.
do want to quickly add something else if I can. I do feel like that this may have been how the entity of Shadow Bonnie came to be.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do
So maybe
think
that's
it's
what he
how
wanted.
And maybe
I think
that's
it's how
what-
Shadow Freddy came to be, but basically the same thing.
So that's probably maybe what Afton's experimenting with here.
Yeah, agony.
Yeah.
Or like Shadow Freddy already existed. He's like, how did that happen? Let's make another one.
Yeah.
It's like evil purple Freddy in the corner. Can I make another one? Give him a friend.
Like,
on
why is
Twitter,
this one Venta Black?
Mhm.
Go ahead. Go
I need
ahead,
to
Emma.
watch my 6 and
Um,
make sure I don't die. Sorry,
That was cringe.
I know.
Oh yeah, watching this. Oh, that was bad.
You're about to take your last breath.
He's right behind my 6, isn't he?
Oh no.
Okay, on with it. Go. On with it.
Go ahead.
So I think in general, whatever the FNAF 2 phone calls are telling us are a misinterpretation, and I think this minigame is sort of tying into that kind of mislead. I think Golden Freddy might have something to do with the bodies, whether it's the person that put them there or is at least the one blamed for what's going on in this minigame. I think there's an interesting thing I meant to bring up earlier, but just quickly, I had an idea of based on that idea with the agony and with the line "Save them, you can't." That William might be putting
Taunting.
taunting or experimenting with what happens if you leave the bodies outside of vessels rather than just putting them inside the animatronics, seeing if there's something else that might occur. And I thought the save them could actually potentially be directed at like a command from our player to the puppet. Now I know that's a weird interpretation, but some of the other minigames can kind of line up if you put them as directed at the puppet or as part of the puppet's internal goals. But I thought it might be interesting if the "you can't" is actually the puppet saying that, based on the 5 Keys story from FFPS, that the puppet actually regrets whatever happened with the MCI if it was more involved than we were suggesting, and that it could be saying you can't save them because it would be worse to end up like you, and then it actually turns out that they become Shadow Bonnie. They kind of coalesce into one entity, or they possess
all the
like
kids.
yeah.
So
they
in
kinda all
that
become
case,
this one
I would
being.
like them being Shadow Bonnie more, because Shadow Bonnie is inherently more like innocent, kinda. It's more like like it has all the healing moves.
He's more
and it's a
friendly.
toy. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of think it'd be interesting if these were left out as part of a further experimentation. So, okay, I've killed them, I've put them into vessels, and they all, did this. But maybe based on the way Cassidy seems to operate, maybe he's like, what if they don't have a vessel? What if the building is their vessel, or whatever, depending on how you believe.
And with the truth, that would parallel your hot take. 'Cause you had a hot take that the Nightmare Chambers result in the creation of Nightmare himself.
Oh yes.
So that would parallel that, because he's like he leaves those kids there to generate agony, and then these kids generate agony, but it becomes like a more innocent
Get your agony.
force.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll go.
All right, I think that's all.
Finish off the stream. So my idea of the DCI is different because I think this is gonna be this week's theory. Hopefully, if everyone manages to get their parts done, which it's
Yo.
okay if you don't. T-Dreads, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, what I believe is that before the toys were used in the FNAF 2 locations, they used the fixed versions of the withered animatronics, which I'll explain, so I won't get into the evidence.
Oh,
so they use the
unwithered
withers.
drawings, classic.
Yep, withered drawings. And so they used the withereds, and William needed to remove the bodies of the kids from the withereds before they could perform on stage. So he went there, he did that, and then to kind of avert suspicion from the fact that some guy with a purple car is just driving around corpses, and like the town is seeing this happen. To avert suspicion, he kills 5 kids who broke into Freddy's. It's like teens that broke into Freddy's, and he kills them, and he just leaves them around to see. It was like a double experiment to see if they possess anything, if they're not stuffed. And then he just leaves. And Mango's possessed because, I don't know. And Withered Freddy is moving around because the puppet is like willing him to do that. So that's kind of like my interpretation of the DCI. I know it's weird, but I will explain it like on Thursday. I don't know when.
Nice.
So, we good?
We did it,
This-
guys. We came to a consensus and we solved.
We saved the lore.
We
We
saved them.
saved them.
Yay.
We saved them.
We didn't solve anything, but we did come to a consensus, which is nice.
No, we figured it out. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
The consensus.
We all are on the
solving
same page
In
now.
FNAF terminology, solving means finding something no one's ever found before. That's what solve means. Look it up in the dictionary. It's real. FNAF dictionary.
I like how like half of our beliefs, each one of us specifically, has something that came from one of the overanalyzing dead ass believe.
For real.
And everyone else is like, "No, that was a joke. What are you talking about?"
Those streams are goated.
Like for me, it's Unhappiest Day. For Withered Circle, it's Unwithered Drawings. For Cryonite, it's Lefty DCI. He's hooked on that. That's like a drug for him.
All right, sweet.
So,
Thanks for
Alrighty,
having us
thank
on,
you.
Yep.
Guys.
well, this was fun. Thanks, Chad, for
Heck
coming,
yeah.
and thanks everyone for being here. This was fun.
Hope we can do it.
Yeah. Chat. Suggest subjects and topics for the next one. The last one was Midnight Motorist, and this one was FNAF 2. So we can do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to stick to minigames necessarily, so just go wild. It can be like really anything.
I don't think we should do like entire games because we kind of already
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah,
So,
we should do specific niche subjects like what we did.
like aspects of the game. Yeah.
Like Midnight Motorist,
Next is
DCI.
nice.
Next we can do something FNAF 4, like Nightmare Experiments or The Shadows or something, or Candy Cadet.
Well, Nightmare Experiments is good.
Oh, not the shadows, please.
Yeah, we won't do The Shadows. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
that is-
I I had an idea for a stream. I might do it sometime, or I might get one of you guys to host it because I haven't done streams yet. But
I'm down.
it's more of a fun one than like an analyzing one. But basically taking a random generator, like a wheel spinning thing, putting in loads of theory
yeah.
names, and then taking out 2 of them.
Thief.
And seeing what kind of theory we could come up with by combining purely just the names alone.
That's
like
nice.
like DCI pizza or whatever, like stuff like that. And just because I just saw someone in the chat said adult theory alter M, which I think is funny.
Oh no!
So I would love to.
You know what? I'm
Yeah,
just
in
gonna
chat someone said
It was Lady Lucky Lou. Hey.
might do
Curse of
FNAF World.
Dreadbear. I actually think that'd be manageable.
Curse of Dreadbear would be manageable. Yeah, I think we could do that. Just get some research done.
Because
I don't.
because
own
you
it.
keep joking about doing the security breach stream, and like that would,
The
that would
30
take
hour
700 hours. Curse of Dreadbear is pretty small. Curse of Dreadbear
Yeah.
would be manageable.
We can do Curse of Dreadbear. I don't promise that will be the next one. So we'll swap around the guests a little bit. I've already got some people in mind. I've just been getting in touch with the people
Yeah.
that I know, and yeah, it should be fun. I'll keep you guys posted. So yep, everyone go subscribe to all the guests that were here today. Subscribe to me if you haven't already, and if you haven't,
Subscribe to me. Let me see that link. Let me see that link. I'm gonna actually send my link right now.
And yeah, don't forget to check
Everyone
out
watch my podcast.
yes, the dreading hour. Someone in chat commented like ages ago the drinking hour
Yeah.
when we were talking about you.
Drinking
Yeah.
hour. That's fire.
So yeah, yep. I guess we can leave it off here.
All right,
Yeah.
sweet.
Everyone say bye.
Bye, everyone.
Will mitosis.
I love
Bye.
you, chat.